Dear delegates and all the participants, the meeting will be started within 5 minutes as our guests are still joining with us.
वीडियो तो बंद रखो। दिया तो है एडमिटेड साउंड भी दिया तो। चार बच्चे हैं, 5 हैं। SC, ST, OBC, UR, EWS।
Good morning, Nilesh Narayan sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sir, the respected Shaini sir and SC Yadav sir is connected with us, sir, and Pandey sir is also connected with us. A very good morning, Professor Ganesh Pandey sir. So once again, very good morning to all of you. And we are having a delay of 2 minutes as our respected guests are still joining in the meeting. Thank you. Very good morning, Dr. Alka Singh ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Very good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. We will start the meeting within 2 minutes, ma'am, as some of our guests are still joining with us, ma'am.
I am on. I'm working in the office. Okay. But I am there on the meeting. Okay.
Okay.
I'll just put my video off. That's all. While I do the office
Sure,
work.
ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, Sam Raja, sir.
Good morning, Rohit.
Good morning, sir. Respected guests, SC Yadav sir, AK Shaini sir, Dr. Alka Singh ma'am has joined with us, sir.
Good morning to all and welcome to this event, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग सैम्स राजा सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग सुबह जी, कैसे हैं?
बढ़िया है। सैनी साहब, सैनी जी गुड मॉर्निंग।
गुड मॉर्निंग सैनी साहब।
हाँ जी।
Just a second, sir. As I think
हेलो
sir's mic is muted. Yeah.
हाँ भैया बताइए
कनेक्ट हो
बताइए।
गए सैनी साहब।
नहीं connected है sir, but वो muted हो गए हैं। Shaini sir, please.
Actually, Professor Saab, Rohit actually muted me, so I could not do anything. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Okay, thank you.
वॉशिंग सर्विस। चलिए ठीक ठीक। अच्छा हम एक काम कर सकते हैं, मीन वाइल अगर आप हमको अकाउंट दीजिए तो सारा पेमेंट हम ट्रांसफर कर देते हैं। ठीक ठीक ठीक, थैंक यू। गाड़ी भी बना दिया। Naik sir has not joined. Rohit.
No, sir. Naik sir is still joining with us, sir. Naik sir is not joined. Sarangi sir is not joined, and Durgesh sir is also not joined, sir.
Okay, they might be joining shortly.
Yes, sir. So can we wait for another 2 minutes, sir?
Yeah, please.
With all your
Please.
permission.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, thank you, sir.
Shaini sir, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Fine. Professor Subhas from Central University, Jharkhand.
Yeah, I know, sir.
And your team member.
Yes, I know, sir.
Good morning, Shaini Saab. This is Shams Raza.
Good morning, Sam Raja sir.
Good morning, Pandeji. Good morning, Shaini Saab.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Shaini sir.
Good morning, Pataji. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Good to see all faces after a long time.
जी.
Yeah, definitely.
Good morning, Subhash sir.
Agnesh sir, good morning. कैसे हैं आप?
हाँ, सब बढ़िया.
चलिए, नायक सर को कहाँ छोड़ दिया आपने?
हाँ, नायक सर ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं.
आ गया. हम देखते हैं.
Why should I unmute you?
Good morning, Durgesh sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome you, sir.
Good morning.
Durgesh ji, good morning.
Good morning, sir ji. Subhas ji.
Professor Subhas.
Yes, Subhas ji. Good morning.
कैसे हैं आप?
बस बढ़िया है सर.
चलिए.
Durgesh ji, very good morning.
सर.
कैसे हैं?
सर बढ़िया है.
Good morning, Durgesh sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir ji. Sir ji, good morning. Ganesh ji.
जी सर.
Right, sir.
Sir, actually, Naik sir is still connecting with us. So can we wait for 1 more minute, sir?
Yeah. Sure.
No, please.
Yeah.
Let the chief guest arrive.
Yes, sure, sir. I'm just connecting him, sir.
Durgesh sir, what about weather?
Weather is cold started here. That's why this is a change of weather is there, so that we are facing some problem.
Cough and cold.
Yeah. Sometime. And
But if we'll talk about Ranchi, here's early morning and late evening.
Yeah.
enough.
Is yeah. Early morning is too cold, so that we are not opening door till 7:30.
Until the sun rises.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nayak sir. Please unmute, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, Nayak sir. Please unmute yourself, sir. Yes.
Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Sorry for the late.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry.
Pranam.
Good morning. Yes. Ma'am join kar gayi?
Yes, sir. Alka ma'am has joined. Yes, sir.
Join, na? Very good. Very good. Rohit.
Yes, sir. Can we? Yes, sir.
थोड़ा deviation थोड़ा. So
yes,
Shaini साहब को after the welcome address, डॉक्टर साइनी को थोड़ा कॉल करना, क्योंकि इनका यूनिवर्सिटी में बोर्ड ऑफ ये मीटिंग एकेडमिक काउंसिल का 12 बजे।
यस सर श्योर सर।
थोड़ा सा प्रोग्राम में
श्योर सर।
साइनी साहब ज्वाइन भी कर गए, देखिए।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
साइनी हैज ऑलरेडी ज्वाइन। गुड मॉर्निंग टू एवरीवन।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग।
I joined at 10:50 because you said you have to join in time, so I joined in time.
No, you just satisfied the concept of computer science, na? Leap
Yes.
4, last in, first out.
Yes.
Asansol program में you joined in last. Patna program में you joined in first.
I think, yeah,
That's
first in,
good.
first out होना चाहिए था।
No, but अब last in, first out हो गया ना? ठीक है, thank you very much everybody, thank you everybody. Alka ma'am, namaskar.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Namaskar, sir. Good morning to everyone.
Namaskar.
Good morning, ma'am.
We are very happy that you have joined and we are proud for it. You have joined. So nice of you.
Thank you so much,
in
sir.
our program and be connected with the Computer Society of India.
I'll be very happy to do so, sir.
And to make your college a member also. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'll be very happy to do so, and I feel so privileged to be made a part of this forum. Thank you so much.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Subhas here.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me to such a rich platform. I'm sure that I'll go benefited from it.
Our national vice president is there, Dr. A.K. Shaini.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Dr. A.K. Shaini is there. He is also making a pranam to you. Pranam kar rahe aapko. And our national treasurer, Dr. Dugesh Mishra is there. Dr. Dugesh Mishra.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Okay,
good morning. And our Eastern Region Chairman, Vice President Sam Sraja is there. Sam?
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
These are the functionaries of the university who are present. The convener,
nice to meet you all, sir.
Deputy Director of IEBM is there also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's nice meeting you all, sir. And I will stay connected with all of you in future.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, next, sir, we can start the session now.
You start.
Yeah, sure. So, once again, very good morning to all respected guests, delegates, chief guests, and all dear participants in this one-day national webinar on career opportunities in IT and management. So, for starting this webinar, I like to welcome our today's opening remarks and the webinar chair, Dr. Subhas Chandra Yadav. Professor Subhas Chandra Yadav is the professor and head Department Computer Science and Technology, Central University of Jharkhand, Ranchi. He is having more than 23 years plus experience in industry and in academics. He is having educational qualification in PhD, MPhil, MTech, MCA, MSc, MBA, IT and HR. His area of interest are in cyber security, network security, computer database, cloud computing, soft computing. At present, he is the chairman of Division 5 CSI Education and Research. He is also the former national president of ICT section of Indian Science Congress Association. He has also published 4 books, book chapter 5 and research paper 26. So with these words, I like to welcome our today's webinar chair, Professor Subhash Chandra Yadav, sir.
Thank you, Rohit, for nice introduction. Very good morning to all of you. It's really a proud privilege to welcome you all on this forum. And indeed, it's a very auspicious one-day national webinar on the very relevant topic, career opportunities in IT and management. Organized by Indian Institute of Business Management with technical collaboration of Computer Society of India, Division 5, that is widely known as Education and Research. I would like to welcome our chief guest of this event, Professor A.K. Naik, sir, our mentor, our guide, immediate past president, Computer Society of India. Professor Naik, sir, is a man of substance with ground reality. Naik, sir, has almost devoted more than 35 years of his career in serving the Computer Society by holding various posts in the CSI at national and as well as international platform. And also he has served the country in various apex body of the government organizations like AICT, as a member board of studies, and many more like that. Thank you, sir, for your kind consent.
Thank you very much, Subhash.
Furthermore, I would like to welcome Professor Alka Singh, Principal Vasanta College for Women, a very prestigious college of Banaras Hindu University. Indeed, from the city of cultural heritage, Varanasi. Professor Alka Singh is a true academician and a very dynamic administrator in BHU. She is active member in various educational committees, and she has registered her strong representation on several national and international educational forums. She has been recognized for her academic excellence and contribution to the society. She has been awarded by Creative Ghent Award, W.H. Smith Memorial Award, and Young Excellence Achiever Award. Once again, from my core of heart, I express my sincere thanks to Professor Alkaji for kind consent and to grace the occasion as a chief guest of honor. I welcome Professor A.K. Shaini, sir, for presiding over the event. Professor Shaini, sir, is at present Vice President in Computer Society of India and Director, Industry and Development Cell, University of Guru Gobind Singh in the Prastha, New Delhi. Having wide experience of more than 35 years in industry and academia as well, I once again welcome you, sir, on this forum. I welcome keynote speaker, Professor Durgesh Kumar Misraji, my CSI colleague, National Executive Council member as treasurer. At present, Professor Durgesh is working as professor and director in Sri Aurobindo Institute, Indore. I also welcome another keynote speaker of the day from management stream, Professor Subrat Sarangiji. He is working as a professor in Mudra Institute of Communication, that is widely known in MICA in Ahmedabad. I welcome Professor Program Chair, Professor Sam Sarajaji, Regional Vice President, Region 2 of CSI. I welcome convener of this event, this webinar, Dr. Ganesh Pandeji, Deputy Director IIBM. I also welcome and express my sincere thanks to Team CSI, Patna chapter, mainly Rohit ji, Professor Gopal, Professor Nilesh, and Professor N.C. Prasad ji. Dear friends, in this era of digital learning, definitely technology is going to play a crucial and very vital role in process of knowledge dissemination, whether in society, whether in academia, whether in industry. And it has been observed that uh, society is abruptly influenced by pandemic COVID-19 that has created huge deficit of jobs everywhere. But it's a matter of privilege. Presently, IT industry is experiencing an accelerated growth in global market. In fact, the biggest sector of the industry continues to be IT and business services. And that growth means creation of new jobs in these sectors, particularly when we're talking about IT, when we're talking about business services. And there is huge employment opportunities in these sectors. As per the report published by NASCOM, that is National Association of Software and Services Companies, it is expected to have growth of 7.7% in IT jobs during next coming financial year. That is around $191 billion as a salary will be given to the employees. And this will create more than 2 lakh jobs in India itself in IT sector. And dear friends, if we will talk in terms of our future of jobs, it is almost 60 to 65% workforce would be deployed that have radically changed skill set, focus towards the digital skill set. It means the jobs which will emerging in the market in between 60 to 65% will be mainly focused with the digital skills. And 10 to 20% workforce would be deployed in new jobs that also will be technology driven. These transformation, digital transformation, will contribute 154 billion USD to Indian GDP by the year 21 and 22. Dear friends, with the few words, I hope this webinar will definitely will able to address all such issues and challenges related with career and opportunities in the field of IT and management. At last, but not the least, once again, I would like to welcome all the degrees, delegates, and participants in this auspicious webinar. Jai Hind, over to you, Rohit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a really a very wonderful opening address, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So now there is only one change in our schedule, and it's a time for presidential address. And for that, I like to welcome Professor Dr. A.K. Shaini, sir. Professor Dr. A.K. Shaini, sir, is the Vice President of Computer Society of India. He is a Professor, IT, University Schools of Management Studies, GGS IP, University, Delhi. He is having 100 plus papers published in journals, conferences, editorials of specious indexed journals, published 16. He is having more than 29 years of experience in teaching, 6 years experience in industries. So with these words, I like to welcome Professor Dr. A.K. Shaini, sir, for presidential address.
Thank you, Rohit. I think I'm audible to all.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
So thank you so much, and very good morning to all of you, all the participants and the people in the panel. Plus, we have a host of eminent people in the today's webinar, which is basically focused on career opportunities in information technology and management. And as we know that this webinar is being hosted by Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna, in collaboration with the Computer Society of India, Division 5, Education and Research. It has got a specific focus in mind, which has been highlighted by Professor Subhash Yadav. I think he mentioned about the kind of opportunities which are going to be there, what kind of challenges which are going to face in the dynamic world. I think we have a couple of speakers who are going to really enlighten all the participants in this domain. we have the honor of having Dr. Alka Singh, the principal of Vasanta College for Women in at BHU Varanasi, College of BHU. We also will have opportunity to know more from the experts in the domain of information technology, Professor Durgesh Mishra, who is the professor and director at Arvindo Institute of Technology, Indore. I think he's going to enlighten us about the opportunities and the kind of scenario, the placement scenario in the domain of information technology. We also would be delighted to have that Professor Subrat Sarangi is going to make us aware about the management dimensions of it, because we talk of two domains, information technology domain and the management domain. They go hand in hand. And he's basically an eminent professor at MICA, which is well known across the globe. So apart from that, we have to introduce a webinar. Our colleague from CSI, the RVP2, Professor Shams Raza, and Professor Ganesh Pandey, the Deputy Director of IIBM Patna. I must compliment the organizers because they have chosen a topic which actually is the talk of the day. If you see that when we are talking today, we actually are all aware about the kind of pandemic which affected the country, not only the country, but I think the entire globe. And it's almost 9 months plus we have been facing this in our country. And we also know that a lot of efforts are being made by the scientists around the globe what this coronavirus is and how to tackle it. Still, there are scientists who are claiming in collaboration with industry that there is a vaccine which is going to be available with 95% efficacy, which actually is the largest claim. I think we are just on the verge of getting something to be deployed to people as such, because even in our country we have 3 companies which actually are working, and we all hope positively that once this vaccine is there, everything will be back to normal. I think that is something which I would like to again caution all my friends and colleagues and students across. I think the life will not be, because this is something which is a long drawn process. So my advice to all of that, please do maintain all possible safety steps for yourself, for your family, and for the society as such. Maintain, because the only lethal weapon which I have heard about for against the coronavirus is social distancing. I think this is the only weapon which we have, and it is effective. We all know. So we have to be very careful when we talk of this. So I must wish all of you a very safe time. That's one part of it. I think at the same time, this basically what we talk is the pandemic has also taught us certain positive things as well. And in fact, today's webinar, when we find people from different parts of the country joining us, this is only because of the pandemic. Before this pandemic, we never thought of organizing such a kind of events, which are actually the webinars, rather we were looking towards seminars. That means the physical presence of people. So I think the major impact which has been noticed because of this pandemic is the technological awareness, technological empowerment, which actually has happened. And we all know that it has actually resulted into a good environment for technology companies, a very positive kind of environment for the technology companies who have been either in this domain or they have switched over to this domain because of the opportunity which it opened up, especially when you talk of the entire country, the classes and the teaching learning is happening in online mode. And that is all enabled by what we call as technology, information technology and information communication technology together. So I think we need to be aware that technology has a very important role when you talk of this. And when you talk of any technology also comes along with what's called the management of that technology also. So what I'm saying that, especially from this perspective of the students who are going to join us today, or who are already the participants in this webinar, that you must try to focus upon the new, what are the requirements in the new normal. In the new normal, which basically is this pandemic time. because things are not going to be back to what actually we were living earlier. And during this pandemic, some of the challenges which actually have been thrown open are, like say, you can say, classify them broadly into leadership challenges. We have huge economic challenges also. Economic challenges because we have seen the lockdown. We have seen a lot of industries which actually have been hardly and badly hit, like you can think of the travel and tourism industry, the hotel industry. I think they are the ones which have been severely impacted upon. And that has basically disturbed the whole economic process. Apart from that, we've seen the educational challenges. So leadership challenges, economic challenges, education challenges. We have seen in the education domain, the crisis which have come up regarding the conduct of classes, then the examinations, the assessments. And we all know that the entire academic session this year has been delayed so much that even in the month of December, the admissions are happening. This itself is an impact which we find. And when we talk of educational challenges like this, where we find that admissions are delayed, I think this is going to have its long-term impact on the outcomes of it, which is basically the delayed sessions, delayed opportunities. And apart from that, from the industry perspective, what they have seen is the workforce challenges. Because of the migration of workforce, I think we have seen a lot of migration or movement of people so from one place to another place, which actually has also hit the entire economy as well. Apart from that, because the more we move towards cyber security and the technical domain, we find a challenge coming up is security, cyber security issues, they come up. We have seen a lot of frauds, hacking, data losses happening, and this is a major challenge. And this is become the challenge as well as open opportunities for people to really focus on how do we combat the security threats. Recently, UDC has recently announced that every institution must conduct some cybersecurity awareness programs. So these are some of the kind of challenges which we have seen. At the same time, what I would suggest that we have to continue, the economy has to open up, and that basically is a positive aspect. So in this connection, I would suggest when the economy is hit, I think the students who are actually about to graduate or they've just graduated, they must try to focus upon acquiring some skills which are going to which are going to make a huge difference in what they expect as a good opportunity or employment opportunity. We have to basically, students must focus upon increasing their skills, increasing their emotional intelligence, the adaptability and flexibility in them. Technology skills is very important. That is why we have seen so many webinars coming up, trying to impart skills in different domains, whether it is the LMS or it is the kind of language which are being taught, it is the Internet of Things, or virtual augmented reality, robotics, everything. Actually, so many digital courses actually have come up. So digital and coding skills are very important. But on top of all these things, creativity and innovation, that is basically it has allowed us, or this time actually has allowed us, that we must try to think differently. Okay. And how can we really create something, move some, bring some changes in the system we are currently following. So critical thinking, creative thinking and innovation is going to be a major focus area for all of us. And I would advise all the students who are participants here to try to focus upon these domains which are going to be useful to you, right? So this is what basically is my my suggestion to all. Now, looking from the employment, because which actually is the major focus area for today's webinar, and I think we have two experts who are going to talk about the management and information technology aspect. We have seen that a lot of students who were offered jobs, they are waiting for the onboarding to happen, and we have seen that because the companies who actually hired these people, they are waiting for the projects to start, or they are totally not aware about the state of the project which actually they were hired. So they have also deferred the onboarding process, which actually has also created kind of a panic among the students as such, when will happen. Even I keep receiving calls from my students who were placed, sir, when the joining will come. I think we are not in a position to say anything on that also. So I think this is one. And then we also find that it is one side of it, that delayed onboarding process. But I think the majorly hit would be the tier 2 and tier 3 colleges. The tier 1 colleges actually will see about 20 to 25% kind of a drop. That's basically the prediction of some of the agencies which actually are working in this domain. At the same time, I would say that if you look from the IT perspective, about 10 lakh engineers, they graduate every year from the colleges. And if you see, they get employed almost about 19 to 20 sectors of economy they get employed in. So that is the kind of volume which you see from the employment perspective. But I think there's a good news. The good news is the companies like TCS, companies like Amazon, companies like Infosys, they have already started hiring. Because in my campus, I can say for sure that if they are coming to our campus, like companies like Wipro, TCS, Infosys, Amazon, they all are conducting now the placement interviews. So this is a good thing. I think that shows that the economy is now opening up. The opportunities are opening up, and that basically is something which is very, very important. And I must advise that what we call as a kind of that skill acquisition is most important, because all these companies now, they are looking at what the person can deliver to us. So this is very important. So this is my advice to all, that skill acquisition or developing those skills is something which should be given top priority by you. And if you have that skill, there's no problem in getting any kind of job, because the companies have now opened up. I think this is what basically I would like to say in today's, and I'm sure that this event is going to be useful to all and make us more aware about the kind of scenario which is going to emerge in the coming months. Thank you so much, and I wish this event a great success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, A.K. Shaini sir. You have just enlightened us that how the economy is now changing and opening once again. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So now it's a time for our inaugural address by the chief guest, and our today's chief guest is none other than Professor Dr. A.K. Naik sir. But before we proceed, let me introduce Dr. A.K. Naik sir. So Professor Dr. A.K. Naik sir is the immediate past president and chairman, Academics and Awards Committee, Computer Society of India. He is the senior director of Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna, and having more than 35 years of experience in teaching, training, research, and administration in the field of computer science, information technology, and management. The former president ICT of Indian Science Congress Association and former chairman of Indian Society for Technical Education, Bihar and Jharkhand. Section Professor Nayak is the fellow of Computer Society of India, International Society for Research and Development UK, Writers Association, National Association of Computer Educators and Trainers, Management Studies and Promotion Institute, New Delhi. Professor Nayak is also associated with the academic programs of more than 40 universities, represented as an expert member in several bodies of Government of India, state governments, authored 162 papers, 12 books, and edited 9 books, 10 proceedings of national international conferences, receives many international and national awards, and his biography is published in 7 international directories. Professor Nayak has worked as expert member in CEDTI, Government of India, reviewers of DST project, Government of India, member Board of Directors, TNS Institute of Cooperative Management, Government of India, regional moderator, NIELIT, Government of India, expert member, Banking Service Recruitment Board, Bihar Public Service Commission, Bihar State Technical Education Board, Bihar State Secondary Education Board, and many more. At present, Professor Nayak is the member of Board of Studies of Computer Science and IT, AICT, Government of India, and member of Bureau of Indian Standard for Government of India. Professor Nayak also visited abroad in many assignments, including participation in SEAARC Executive Council meeting at General Assembly of International Federation of Information Process, situated in Austria, Vienna. He has received several national and international awards, including Dr. Abdul Kalam Gold Medal Award and 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards in 4 months, that is in the July 19 to October 19. Professor Nayak also worked as a president, vice president, honorary secretary, division chair, chairman nomination committee, member committee, conference committee, internal audit committee, election committee, chapter bylaws committee, SIG Committee of CSI. He has also worked as an honorary secretary of Indian Society for Technical Education, Bihar Jharkhand section for 2 terms, recorder, ICT section of Indian Science Congress Association. Apart from chapter chairmen of Indian Society of Technical Teaching and Development, he has been the Director General of National Association of Computer Educators and Trainers, member to Technical Committee of International Federation of Information Proceedings, Austria Vienna. At present, Professor Nayak is the life member of 22 professional and technical societies. So with these words, I like to welcome Professor Dr. A.K. Nayak sir for inaugural address. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you very much, Rohit, for your nice introduction. Honorable guest of honor of this august occasion, the most vibrant, dynamic and learned principal of Vasanta Women's College of Varanasi Hindu University, Dr. Alka Singh ji, my beloved younger brother and National Vice President of Computer Society of India, Dr. A.K. Shaini, my most beloved one and younger brother and the National Treasurer of Computer Society of India, Dr. Durgesh Mishra, the keynote speaker of the today's occasion, he is the Professor and Director of Sri Aurobindo Institute of Technology at Indore. The another keynote speaker on this occasion in the field of management, Dr. Subrata Sarangi, Professor of the Mudra Institute of Communication at Ahmedabad, MICA, the Regional Vice President of Region 2, that is the in charge of the states of Bihar, West Bengal, Assam and Northeast part of the country, Mr. Shams Raja, the organizer and organizer of this event, that is the event of one-day national webinar on career opportunities in information technology and management, the division chair of Division 5, Education and Research of Computer Society of India, and the professor and head of the Department of Computer Science and Technology of Central University of Jharkhand, and my beloved academic son, Professor Subhash Yadav, the program committee chairman, Mohammad Shams Raja, the convener of this program, who really organized and convened this program, my beloved students, and at present the Deputy Director of Indian Institute of Business Management, Professor Ganesh Pandey, the host of the program, Professor Rohit Kumar, the Chairman of the CSI Patna chapter, Nilesh Narayan, Vice Chairman, Mr. Prasad, and other dignitaries and other organizers who have been associated with this program, dignitaries and invitees, as well as the delegates and my dearest and nearest student community who have been connected with this one-day webinar on career opportunities in information technology and management. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations to each of you for getting connected with this important program, and good morning to you, everybody. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to be the part of this webinar, which has been organized by Indian Institute of Business Management, as well as the Division 4, Division 5, the Education and Research Wing of the Computer Society of India. And this program has got two important visionaries and the researcher as well as the career planner as the keynote addressee, that is Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra, who had been closely associated with me since last 2 decades in checking and making out many of the programs that is being implemented by the Computer Society of India and other professional societies of the country and abroad. And just my very beloved younger brother, and I like him like anything, and the CSI is looking forward for his great leadership in the future days to come. The Subrata Sarangi is also very much respected and from a very respected institution, MICA, Mudra Institute of Communication, Ahmedabad, that everybody is knowing. It is an institution of excellence as far as the IIMs also, Indian Institute of Management. We are very proud enough to have these two keynote speakers who will be delivering their talk, and they will be enlightening each of you on the career opportunities in IT, information technology and management. As I have given the understanding from Dr. Subhash Chandra Yadav and Ganesh Pandeyji, the theme of the webinar has been kept in such a manner that is career opportunities in information technology and management, because viewing that since it is the beginning of the academic session, many of the students have taken admission in computer science and management under the programs of the BCA, MCA, BBA and MBA. Even if other technological courses like this, BTech in computer engineering and computer science, and to give him knowledge and to empower their level of knowledge, and also to give a complete idea in between them, what is the real career opportunities in these two fields. Because many of the students, by the pressure of their guardian, by the pressure of their well-wisher, and with even if in a fashion, just knowing that computer science is a very good thing, management is a very good career, they have taken the admission without knowing the real career opportunities which is to be ahead in their future career. That is why, as Dr. Jadhav and Ganesh Pandey has told, these kinds of topics have been kept for the deliberations in this one-day webinar. So Dr. Mishra is working since last 2.5 decades in this field in a very prestigious and great institution of the country, that is Sri Aurobindo Institute of Technology, in the capacity of professor and director. Apart from that, he had been the instrumental in setting the Microsoft labs in different parts of the country and the first Microsoft Innovation Center director in the country. As the Apple, I have told, because everybody knows that Microsoft is having one of the major recruiter of the computer science and information technology students even from India also. So the two experts are quite competent to highlight on the IT and management sectors, because that is why perhaps they have been chosen from two different fields. One is from IT, another from management. But as per my knowledge, in my inaugural address, I will have to also talk few minutes regarding the opportunities that is coming ahead in the two respective fields. You see, if we consider and start with the information technology, computer science, the things have been so broader. At the inception of the computer, first digital electronics computer in 1946 at Pennsylvania University of United States of America by two professors, James Eckert and John Macaulay. Nobody could have thought that the things will be, the computer will be upgraded to the information technology and the terminology will be upgraded to the information and communication technology or like that. As the terminology has upgraded from concept to concept, from time to time, the employment scope has also been enhanced and the wide domain became more and more wider and touched to the various sectors of the society and of the human life also. Today we can tell there is not a single walk of life or single field of the life or single activities of the life of a human which is not directly or indirectly impacted by the information and communication technology. So that thing, the machine which have been developed in 7.5 decades back in 1946 in Pennsylvania University was an elephant size, having the size of 500 square feet and having only 18,000 circuits and 5,000 calculations per second. And within these 7.5 decades, the changes became so frequent and the changes became so rapidly And there is every day the change in this field of science and technology, perhaps not another field of learning and subjects and science and learning and subjects have seen these kinds of change in the history. There might be the changes, there might be the updation, there might be the latest research in other subjects also, might be in history, political science, geography, economics, mathematics, botany, zoology, chemistry, physics, and engineering, technology, management, medical sciences. There might be the changes, but the changes have never impacted on the definition. ऐसा कोई change कोई subject में नहीं आया जिसमें कि परिभाषा बदल गया. It is only computer science and information technology where the definition is changing from time to time, day to day. What we are defining 20 years back for a mainframe computer, if today we can tell that, people will laugh at us. Because the things have been changed. Now a simple mobile phone is a million times capable than mainframe computer of the 20 years back. So as the changes are happening, and as the changes are happening, that means the technology is on upward mobility, the technology in development, more and more development stage, and as much as upward mobility will be there, as much as developmental phenomena will be there, and that much wider ability facilities will be created for the employment and for the recruitment also. Imagine in the 60s, we are simply telling that we need some computer programmer and application developer. 70s, we need some business programmer and business application developer. 80s, we have needed some more nomenclature. Apart from the programmer and developer, we have need some database manager, database administrator, and data operator, all these things. And according to technology, the upgradation, the things have been developed and the employment opportunities because wider. So computer started with a very good slave, but a bad master. People who are telling computer can do everything as a good slave can do. It is very faster, very obedient, it will never feel bored. What are the capability a good slave should have? But computer was not a good master because it did not have the thinking capability, it did not have the speaking capability, it did not have the visionary capability, and all these things are there. Time came, the artificial intelligence came, computer had the thinking capability, voice synthesis came, computer became the speaking capability, then image processing came, computer had the visual capability, then networking came, then computer application has been converted to the information technology by the integration of the computer and the networking. Then networking have been interconnected, then internet concept come in the late 90s, then multimedia concept come, many medium of the communication got integrated together, multimedia came, all these things have come, a lot of technology terminologies have come, and as the advanced terminologies has come, the employment ability becomes more and more wider. Previously, there was not so much advanced computing terminology what we are telling today, cloud computing, social computing, and nano computing, that quantum computing, sensor computing, all these things we are talking of, that molecular computing, biological computing, as much terminologies are there, that means the domain is including more number of professionals in each and every applications. That is why we need cloud computing managing professional, we need the nano people who are working in the nanotechnology, people who are working in the sensor technology, people who are working in the social media and social networking, that is the social computing, people who require for working the embedded technology, that we are thinking how our wearable devices will be having the wearable commodities will have the communication capability. That means our cloth will be the smart cloth, our goggles will be the smart goggles, our watch will be the smart watch. That means the communication capability, the communication devices and the communication capability will be integrated with this embedded technology will work. We'll need the professional in those areas also. The things became very ugly. Then that became the huge volume of data. People told the big data concept to manage the big data with the cloud computing platform. The intelligence was required. Then the artificial intelligence application became designated as the business application, then business intelligence, the computational intelligence, then the emotional intelligence. Everywhere we need the people. But with these things, to make the computer more visible and more workable, and to having the computer application to the integrated to the society, many things have been done. The computer was working as an isolated devices in the 1960s. It became somehow more integrated devices in the 1970 when it has included its domain as the business application. Then today, that every field of the social life, every field of the life of the human being is affected by the computer directly or indirectly. Everywhere we see the application. Computer is getting applied in the business sector, in the scientific sector, in the social sector, in the hospitality sector, in the paramedical sector, in the biological, everywhere there is the applications are there. If everywhere applications are there, to cope with that, everywhere the requirement of the professionals are there. Today we have the most integrated part, that the e-governance. When we are talking of the e-governance, that means the electronic governance, that means the administration, that means the government services, and all the government services should be reached to each and every individual of the country in the world, also through the e-governance project. And to translate them into the action, Honorable Prime Minister has launched in 2015 July 3 ambitious projects: Make in India, Startup India, and Digital India. Make in India means all the electronic devices, all the devices should be indigenously made in the country to make the country to the self-confident and self-reliant. That is the slogan of the Prime Minister today. You should make the local, make vocal for the local and make it to global. And under the digital empowerment policy, under the Digital India policy, 3 visions have been set, that how to make the best utilization of all the devices, all the digital equipments are available with the country. Second is that how the services will be provided at the doorsteps of the people, services on demand. And third, how the total citizens of the country will be digitally empowered. So there is a lot of requirement is required so far the infrastructural development is concerned. We'll be needing a lot of manpowers to provide the services to the remotest portions of the peoples of the country. In that respect, works are also being doing on the digital difference, the digital gap has been bridging up. Previously, we are telling that computer is for people who are having the reach to the computer. There was the urban and the rural divide. 31% of urban people are enjoying the facilities of the information technology and its application. But today is not the concept is like that. 250,000 Gram Panchayat of India has been connected with the internet center known as the Community Services Center. And by the end of this 2020, the project was that 1 lakh of the gram villages will be also connected with the broadband communication. And target has been set by end of the 2022, 6,60,000 villages of the country will be connected to the broadband connectivity, will be connected to the internet centers. That what will happen, how the remotest person, the countryside people can also be able and capable to get the optimal services of the information technology. That means the services what they will be needing, the services what they will be demanding, that will be available at their doorstep. Imagine when 6,60,000 villages will have the internet centers and will have the computer center, what huge volume of the manpower will be recruited for that purpose. If in one center, if we need 2 professionals, that means that 13 to 14 lakh professionals will be engaged only in the community services center in the 2 years to come. Not only that, under the Digital India project, if that has been divided into the 9 pillars, and the 8th pillar is the IT in job. That is IT in job method, the Digital India on its full implementation by the end of 2022 will create the job opportunities of 11.2 lakhs of the manpower. That is the things 11.2 crores of the manpower in computer science and information technology application. We divide it into 2 parts. One is the direct recruitment in the field of computer science and information technology. The professionals will be engaged in direct for the application development, for software development, for making the research, and all these things. They will be recruited by the TCS, they will be recruited by the Infosys, they will be recruited by the Sun Micro, they can be recruited by the Wipro, they can be recruited by the Oracle, Microsoft, all these things. These are people who can tell that the direct recruitment and these kinds of 2.7 crores of the direct recruitment will be there by the end of the complete implementation of the Digital India, what have been targeted. And there is another part is that IT-enabled services. IT-enabled services, where it is not a direct IT company or IT manufacturer, but they are using the IT, they are using the information technology for the smooth running of their business, for the smooth management of their activities. That, for example, the IT application in the airline, the IT application in the railways, the IT application in defense services, the IT application in the research laboratories, the IT application in the hospitality industry, the IT application, all these kinds of places, what we tell IT-enabled services. And believe me, 8.5 crores recruitment is there on the complete successful implementation of the Digital India project. If we make a totality, 8.5 crores in IT-enabled services, 2.7 crores in the direct IT services, it amounts that 11.2 crores of the recruitment will be there upon the complete implementation of the Digital India project. Not only that, there are many areas where the huge recruitments are coming up. And particularly, this pandemic, as the many speakers are telling, this pandemic has made the opportunity, the employment opportunity for the IT and management persons more bigger, more wider, because now everything is being thought up to be done made online. You must be really hearing, you must be realizing the Flipkart, Amazon, what are the rate of growth in their business in this pandemic period? The tremendous, the thing. And what they are the management professional will be needing now in place of traditional marketing, will be needing the huge amount of manpower in the digital marketing. These are some of the areas that I can have to point out, some of the areas what I have just identified, because our honorable speakers are there, they will be speaking in a more length. But just I have to highlight some of the points you should catch where the employment opportunity will be tremendous. One, I have told the Digital India project, what the employment capability will be there. Apart from the traditional recruitment, what our companies are doing. But besides that, what I have identified, another 7 areas are there. You imagine where the recruitment, because you know, as much as people will be utilizing the information technology services, because as it is our Digital India philosophy, that the services will be on demand and services will be available at every doorstep of the citizen. Imagine, as much as the users will be there for the IT application services, that quantum of threat to the cyber security, that quantum of threat to the security of this application, that means the cyber, because it's a very simple thing. If we are 5 users, the security level is, the threat up to the security level is less. But if we are 100 users, threat to the security level is more. So what will happen when we will be having the massive application, IT application, integrated IT application, the security threat will be having the enhancement in the quantum enhancement. That is why we will be needing huge manpower in the future day to come, who will be engaged in tackling the cyber security, and that is they will be engaged in the security analysis and prevention of the securities of the common application. Huge amount. This is one of the area. And I cannot estimate at right now it is in how many crores or how many things. The second area, what I have identified, you will be requiring the huge amount of manpower. Just I was talking in working the wearable technology. I was talking, because the thing is that in days will come, we don't need these kinds of physical devices, mobile for the communication. Rather, the commodity, the items what we are wearing, like your shoe, like your watch, like your cloth, or like the goggles, will have the communication capability. That means our cloth will be the smart cloth, our watch will be the smart watch, and our all these things will happen. That means how this thing will happen? The communication software will be embedded on these devices. That we will be leading huge manpower in the embedded technology, who will be working to putting the facilities, the potentialities with our wearable commodities, so that it can be able to and capable to communicate and to what the communication capability will be enhanced. The third area I can tell you, that is the things, because I have told the varieties of technologies is coming. People are telling that cloud computing, quantum computing, sensor computing, biological computing, molecular computing, atomic computing, social computing, embedded computing, all these things are happening. But you see, for the common application, for the better application to cater the demands of the human community and the society, it is a time of integration of the technologies. This is a time for integration of the technology, and this is a great challenge for us. But that will be the opportunity for the young generation to come. They will get a lot of opportunity to work under the for integrating the technologies. So that will happen. You see, simple thing, IoT, Internet of Things. एंड इसमें आप रिमोट का थ्रू में घर का एसी ऑन कर देते हैं। कितना टेक्नोलॉजी इसमें जुड़ा हुआ, कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी देयर, इंटरनेट टेक्नोलॉजी मतलब देयर, सेंसर टेक्नोलॉजी देयर, okay, that is embedded computing is there, a lot of technology. That one of this application that comes as the IoT, Internet of Things. So like this you can imagine. So API, application program interface, will be needing to interface one software to another software, all these things, there will be huge amount of manpower requirement in that field. Similarly, another area that we are talking of, industry 4.0, people are telling that our industry will be the smart industry, and the industry will be the smart industry, the machines will be the smart machine, one machine will talk with another machine, and that will be capable and powerful by the integration of the Internet of Things and Internet of Everything technology along with the robotic technology. But imagine, to enable and make it capable with this technology to work in our industry, lot of manpower will be required to work in the IoT, Internet of Things and Internet of Everything. The another point that pandemic has compelled us to go for the online education, and that new education policy, more thrust has been given on the online education. That means more efforts should be moved in the online education, because we have seen what have been happened in the pandemic period. The world is having 7.7 billion of the population, 4.3 billion of the people were connected with the teaching and learning process. And by the survey of the business Harvard, Harvard Business Review, 70% of the population of the 4.3 billion of the people connected in the online teaching and training process, and imagine, or comprising of 170 countries. So the thing is, some people got left. Why 30% people could not get these facilities, and the 70% people who got the facility, they were not quite satisfied. And the survey tells that 51% of the people who are not satisfied, 70% of the people have given the opinion that this method of learning and teaching is not conducive. That means these are the challenges, how online education can be more effective and more productive. And this is the challenge, and for the future generation, that is an opportunity. That means how we can maintain unity of this online system of education, and how the private and government players will be participating, making the infrastructural development, and where the huge amount of manpower will be recruited to provide and to take it to the education 4.0. We tell it to the education 4.0. So that is the requirement, that is the requirement of the huge amount of manpower in this field. Another field I can tell you that where we need the huge amount of manpower, that is industry 4.0, then education 4.0, and another is that big data, that the volume of information is rising in very exponential manner due to the market competition. That is why there is a concept of big data. And a layman concept, I can tell you, volume is very good. And we have to tackle the structured as well as the unstructured data directly, and how it can be put for taking the decisions. And in that case, the business intelligence and big data, this is the field where we'll be needing the huge amount of manpower. Huge amount of manpower will be needed in the field of big data, and business intelligence. These are some of the fields just I have identified. Our speakers will be giving more detailed through on that. But these are the things where the huge employment opportunities are coming up. But the thing is that our students should be equipped with that. That should be the requirement of the employability capability of the students. Just by making the BCA, MCA, or BBA, or MBA, or BTech course cannot give you the job. These courses are there. These certificates will be there. This will give you the ability. The certificates are there, will give you the eligibility. Certificates are there, which will give you the eligibility, but your knowledge will be there, which will give you the employability, which will give you the sustainability. For that, we need the knowledge. We need the knowledge, and the knowledge is the power by which you can put yourself and you can establish your worthiness, how far you are capable to take up that challenge, which is the field of the challenges that I have just highlighted. That's the thing. That is, our boys might be very much brainy, but one thing we'll have to develop, along with this educational capability, along with the technical capability, you will have to develop the communication capability also, because sometimes it has been found our boys are quite knowledgeous and with having very rich potentiality, but lagging in the communication capability. Your knowledge is valueless if it is not properly communicated. आप नॉलेज को कम्युनिकेट नहीं करते, इसका क्या वैल्यू है? कोई वैल्यू नहीं. दूसरा कैसे जानेगा आपका पास कितना नॉलेज है? इसलिए नॉलेज इज मेंट फॉर कम्युनिकेटेड. unless knowledge is valueless if it is not communicated. That is why I always tell to the student community this particular stanza, वो ज्ञान ज्ञान नहीं होता है जो संचारित नहीं होता है, वो ज्ञान ज्ञान नहीं होता है जो संचारित नहीं होता है, वो प्रतिभा प्रतिभा नहीं होता है जो विकसित नहीं होता है, वो प्रतिभा प्रतिभा नहीं होता जो विकसित नहीं होता है, वो आलोक आलोक नहीं होता जो आलोकित नहीं होता है, वो आलोक आलोक नहीं होता है जो प्रकाशित नहीं होता है, वो कामयाबी कामयाबी नहीं होता है जिसका प्रतिबिंब नहीं होता है. That means if you are knowledge, it should be properly communicated. If you are having talent, it should be properly exposed. If you are having the capability, that is properly illuminated. And if you are having the success, that success should be reflected. It should have the possibility. You will have to work in that direction. Enough opportunities are there, but you will have to enhance your employability capability. You should have the self-confidence. As Swami Vivekananda has told, every baby born with infinite potentiality. Every baby born with infinite potentiality, but it depends on him how much potentiality can be converted into the kinetic form. That is why Swamiji has told, every cover is uncovered when it is discovered. प्रत्येक आच्छादित चीज तब उन्मेलित हो जाता है जब हम इसको आविष्कार कर लेते हैं. आपको आविष्कार करना होगा आपका अंदर में कितना कैपेबिलिटी, आपका अंदर में कितना पोटेंशियलिटी. You will have to establish your value. You will have to make your evaluation, and you will have to sell yourself in the market. This is my value. Who is ready to purchase me? Take purchase me. That you will have to do. You will have to work in that direction. Similarly, for the management, there is tremendous opportunities. The people will have come. Of course, for the pandemic period, there is no physical movement. The direct marketing may not be there, but pandemic period will not be able to remain there. So the thing is that one of the things in place of the traditional marketing, now get and greater and better scope in the digital marketing. Must have seen the Flipkart and the Amazon, all the players, big players, how much profit they have earned during this pandemic period. Huge potentiality in the field of digital marketing. Another thing is that because the business has been changed from the traditional format to the modern format, our need, that people are telling that finance manager financing or they're getting big failed. But now along with the macro financing, previously dealing with the macro financing, but micro financing, it will provide the ample opportunities for the employment, the micro financing and the rural marketing and all these things, because that is having the rural marketing, micro financing, having the enough space to provide more and more number of employment. ICT has become the integrated part of the business. No business can be thought of without the ICT application that you know everybody. That is why the ERP, SAP software, ERP, enterprise resources planning will need a lot of equipment in the people, for the people of the management as well as the people of the IT. Similarly, big data, as I have told, business analytics, I have told, that the business intelligence I have told, and that is the huge number of employment is required in the hospitality management, as well as the hospital management, because medicals are required to be properly managed, and we need the people with the specialization in the hospital management. And hospitality management, because the hotel industries are booming like anything. Forget the pandemic period. And we need huge amount of manpower in the hospitality industry, in the tourism industry, tourism management, hospitality management, hospital management. These are the new avenues, agri management. These are the new avenues that are coming from. The old look, the traditional look has been changed now, and there is the huge amount of the recruitment facilities are there. These are the some of the factors, some of the areas where what I have highlighted. But the thing is that you will have to equip with yourself, you will have to be focused, and you will have to move more and more with a very focused mind. And the thing is that the student community, I must have to tell you, this is your period to learn and to gain your potentiality, which you will be transforming into the kinetic form in the future days to come. And you should take the capability of the employability, and that is the things you will have to achieve your destination. You should keep in your mind. आपको बहुत अनुशासन होकर चलना होगा स्टूडेंट करियर में, बिकॉज द थिंग इज दैट यू विल हैव टू अचीव योर डेस्टिनेशन. आपको मंजिल प्राप्त करना, मंजिल दूर हो सकता है, रास्ता कठिन हो सकता है, पथ दुर्गम हो सकता है, लेकिन लक्ष्य आपका अभेद्य होना चाहिए. I do remember one great stanza of Bhagavad Gita, Jat ugreti visamiva pariname amrutapamam tassukham satyikam proktam atmabuddhi prasadadam. जो पहले जहर समान होता है, परिणाम में अमृत समान होता है, वही वास्तविक सुख होता है. और छात्र जीवन का कठोर जीवन होता है, उसी टाइम में आपको अनुशासन पालन करके फोकस रहना होगा, जिसका कि परिणाम बहुत अमृत का समान होगा. With these words, I want to conclude my speech, and our honorable speakers are there. Will highlight more things on this, or highlight more points on this. But the thing is that I can tell you, so you be confident, so that, and you should take something when you are returning to your home from this webinar, and you listen to all the speakers, and that will be very beneficial for you. With these words, once again I pray to the God, may God bless each of you to pick up the daffodils from the paradise of your future professional career. Thank you very much. Namaskar to everybody. Thank you very much to the organizers, to the host, as well as all the speakers and our honorable guest who is present here, Ma'am Alka Ma'am. I express my gratitude and sincere thanks to each of you, and I conclude my speech. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.
So thank you so much, Nayak sir. It was a wonderful speech and a very, very informative session by you, sir. So now we will move further, and it's a time for address of guest of honor. And for that, I like to welcome Dr. Alka Singh, ma'am. Dr. Alka Singh is the principal and professor of English at Vasanta College for Women, Raighat, Varanasi. She has been teaching for more than 3 decades and has PGDTE and PGCTE degree, and has fought in gender and substance studies, British language, Indian writers in English, and contemporary literature in English. Her major publications include Margaretha Drabble, Narrative of Identity, and Contemporary Issue of Identity. She published several research papers, including Valorization of General Conservatism of Colonial Life in India in 1857, and after in Literacy Representation. Tempting Trap, Manju Kanur's A Married Woman's Contemporary Indian Writing in Literature. She has also been resource person in various seminars, conferences, and training programs, including her visit in Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu, Nepal. She served as a session chair and receives the Best Paper Award at the International Conferences on Future of Women 2018. In Kuala, Imphal, Malaysia, organized by International Institute of Knowledge Enhancing Sri Lanka. She was the chairperson of NAAC-sponsored national seminar Enhancing the Quality of Teaching, Learning, and Evaluation in Higher Education, organized by Vasanta College for Women, Raighat, Varanasi. So with these words, I like to welcome our today's guest of honor, Dr. Alka Singh ma'am, for her address.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am, you are completely audible.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. A very warm good afternoon to all of you. I feel so humbled to be on a platform with such great technical stalwarts that I feel absolutely like an immature student in a technical class. Namely, in the presence of Professor A.K. Nayak, Professor A.K. Shaini, Professor Durgesh Kumar Mishra, Professor Subrat Sarangi, Professor Sams Raza, Professor Ganesh Pandey, coming from various parts of India, and therefore I consider it a very proud privilege on being such an important platform of knowledge sharing. And for this, I am truly grateful.
Rohit?
Yes, sir, as I think,
To Professor.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes, okay. So I am here to learn, to upgrade myself and my organization, keeping in mind the contemporary needs of computer sciences, internet, and learning, which is online and made mandatory by UGC 40%, keeping in times with the COVID-19, that's the pandemic. The subtle transition in the option of careers from 20th to the 21st century is like a Pandora's box, where there is no dearth of opportunities, but all phases of change and transition lead to a certain amount of chaos and enigma due to lack of proper guidance and awareness. So thus, at this outset, I would like to congratulate the organizers for having organized such a meaningful webinar in the current time, which is most appropriate to computer sciences and online learning, not only for the students of IT and management, but education at large. We all know that true guidance is like a small torch in a dark forest. It does not show everything at once, but gives enough light for the next step so that we may be safe. This mammoth task of unfolding and unveiling the many folds of job, which is the basic need of the day, is of utmost importance. The yesteryears were more or less fixed with options in education, engineering, and doctors and the like. But the versatile and developing trends in life and education provide a plethora of jobs which the youth needs guidance in order to pursue what they're actually passionate about. Information technology and management, though a separate discipline by themselves, find itself integrated in every field in today's time. These students take up the degree but lack direction as to find their future careers. They possess the baseline knowledge, they possess leadership qualities and the determination to grow, to earn well. But what is missing is the knowledge of how to use those precise skills which they have acquired while getting the degree, and the technical know-how needed to succeed in the particular field. So each individual today ought to be ready for a change to capitalize on their analytical abilities, the tech savvy nature to pursue their career effectively. And the education system of today demands a hands-on learning opportunity, which later enables all of us to deal with organizational support and risk management at the same time. In today's times, besides technology, management plays a pivotal role in all organizations. The new education policy with the integrated and interdisciplinary courses will bring about an all-round development in the students equipped to face the many challenges hurled at them. Any top position acquires a skill to hold the team together to ensure that the work is completed in alignment with the target and also the budget. The ability to finally take a decision is a prerequisite of leadership qualities, and that stems from management. Whether you are working in a private sector, public education, media, finance, central or state government, these qualities are required along with effective communication. In total agreement with what Professor Nayak just now mentioned, that it is of utmost importance to be effective in communication, to be able to share the knowledge that you have acquired. Because if not communicated, it does not bring about the desired results. So in every field today, we feel that knowing or being integrated with the computer applications or the IT courses and management seems to be a prerequisite of effective working. Both IT and management are one of the fastest growing career fields, for they continue to change the way we live, work, and manage the manifold expectations of today. This pandemic, the COVID-19, with its new normal, has a vital role to establish the very dominance of IT jobs with the continued proliferation of mobile devices. Nevertheless, it is also very competitive. So career objectives needs to be identified and develop a learning plan with necessary skills in order to achieve one's goal. It is here that such webinars, which has been organized for our benefit, play a very vital role in helping us to understand the current IT and management career landscape. For merely acquiring a degree does not ensure jobs, neither does it guarantee success. So people are considered as the most important resource in every organization. So if they work effectively, it is bound to achieve success. And we must remember that true guidance never violates people's free will. In this way, we can help make the world a better place with better utilization of resources, less stress among people, less chaos in society, and a far better quality of life. It's all actually about management and to be able to use the currently very essential internet or the infrastructure required for information and technology by each one of us. To decipher in short, techno-savvy skills, people skills, and above all, a humane skill is the need of the day to steer the youth of today. Both these disciplines host a whole raft of job titles, and all we need to do is to pin down with specification to guide our students. Communication skills, technical competence, and strategic vision already honed during their course now require steering. And this platform on which I am today as a student, as a delegate, and as a learner will go a long way to help students find ground for a more relevant in the present scenario, being although a virtual platform. Every institution, every organization at whichever part of the country needs to upgrade itself. And that is why I think probably I am here to represent all those beyond the IT and management that we all need to upgrade ourselves, our infrastructure for planning of information and technology, which is very, very integral to education, just as breath is for life. So the infrastructure demands needs to be addressed. And I feel that through this platform, I'm sure we are going to gather a very large vision of knowledge as to how we can equip ourselves to face the demands of the contemporary world. So I thank each one of you for having me here, for all those words which will illuminate the very system of education. And thank you once again, Professor Yadav, for having me, and good wishes for a very successful and information sharing concept. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Alka ma'am. So now we will move further, and it's a time for our first keynote address. And for that, I'd like to welcome Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra. But before we proceed, let me introduce Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra. Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra, he has received MTech degree in computer science from DAV Indore in 1994 and PhD degree in computer engineering in 2008. Presently, he has been working as a director and professor CSE and founder director Microsoft Innovation Center at Sri Aurobindo Institute of Technology in Indore, MP, India. He is an ex-visiting faculty at IIT Indore, MP, India. PAC member for Doctor of Philosophy, Namibia University of Science and Technology, Namibia. He has 27 years of experience in teaching and 15 years of research experience. He has completed his PhD under the guidance of late Dr. M. Chindwani on secure multi-party computing for preserving privacy. He has published more than 90 papers in reference international national journals and conferences, including IEEE ACM conferences. He has organized many such conferences like WOCN, CONSEC, ICT BIG, ACM, WIR, and CSI BIG in in the capacity of Conference General Chair and editor of conferences proceedings. He has published listed his publications listed in DBLP, Skrischer X, Springer, Elvesser, and Scorpus. He is a senior member of IEEE and many positions like Chairman IEEE MP subsection and Chairman IEEE Computers Society of Bombay chapter. Dr. Mishra has also served the largest technical and professional association of India, the Computer Society of India, by holding positions as Chairman, CSI Indore Chapter, State Student Coordinator, Region 3 MP, Member Student Research Board, Core Member, CSI IT Excellence Award Committee, Chairman CSI Divisions 4 Communications National level from 2014 to 2018. At present, he is the National Treasurer of Computer Society of India as well as Chairman of ACM Indore Chapter. So with these words, I'd like to welcome Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra sir for keynote address on IT. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rohit. Please allow me to share my screen.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Now you are allowed.
Thanks for the invitation, and thanks to Professor Nayak to give the opportunity to speak in the front of this very experienced and experienced works in the IT and the management. So I am today is the webinar. This is the webinar for the opportunities in IT and management. I think most of the students and the faculty members are joined with us. So before starting this, I'll say that Professor Pandey is from this IIBM, and I thanks you for inviting me in your institute to sharing my knowledge. And I'm also thankful to the Saim Raja. He's present over, and he has always supported us. So thankful to the Professor Subhash Yadav. Is a young and dynamic person and working hard in the CSI. And I'm also thankful to Dr. A.K. Saini, and he is a dynamic vice president right now. And the Dr. Alka Singh is nicely presented and her words in this particular webinar. And last, I'll also thanks to Dr. A.K. Nayak. He is very hard working in the pandemic and organized around more than 500 these webinars and supported to everybody in India for organizing this seminar. So I think he is also my mentor, and he allowed me in the academic. He is my academic father. You know, if one of the person should be there, should you academically support, then he's supporting me from last 10 years or more than that. So today's opportunity, he assigned me the job to say something about the careers in IT. So before starting this career in IT, I will say something about that. If the students are there and the faculty members are there, we have to think about the ambitions versus reality. Everybody wants to come in the IT nowadays, but whether he or she is able to cope up this or not, whether he or she is having a mindset or not, that is very important. So these ambitions, if you talk about something, the parents' attitude, the parents are determining the factor in shaping one's career goal. They want what should do like this and so like this. They are vision, parents' visions. but whether it's the students, whether their son or daughter is ready to go on that field or not. IT field is very important, Nowadays, now in the next 10 years, next 20 years, the IT cannot stop. Even so that every parent wants their son and daughter should be there in the IT fields. The parents' attitude is also there. Ambitions cannot be injected. We cannot inject it. We cannot inject the logic. We cannot like the logic. We cannot inject the ambitions. Not can it be imitated. Okay, this is what the we have to see that. And before making a career choice, take a time to understand yourself, your likes and your preferences. We are in the teaching fields from our preferences. So you have to think about that, of your likes and your preferences. Give some time. You have to give the time. A person is happiest when choose the job that he loves. Like we love, that's why we are here in the webinar to deliver some talk. Okay, so the person should be choose their job according to their understanding. That's very important. So if you are choosing your IT job, you have to think about that, whether you are having the capability of your interest is there or not. You have to decide that. Now, how to plan your career. I'm not talking about the IT right now. How to plan about your career. You have to self-assessment. Lot of softwares are, again, IT is involved. For planning your career, IT is involved. Lot of softwares are available. They are going to self-assess to you, and they can predict whether what field you can choose. So go for that. After completion of your 10th or 12th, you can go for that, or your ward go for that, can decide, can choose that what the career he can adopt in the futures. Lot of softwares on their mindset, their skills, and something this IT is very important. Then academic and career options. What the academic and career options are there? What you are going to choose? You have to find out that first. Evaluation of occupational choice, that is very important. Assigning the working conditions. These are what choosing and managing your career. These are what some major points where you can plan your career. That is very important. Is a self-assessment is very important. You have to go for that. Now, if you talk about according to the new education policies, coding is mandatory from class 6. Today is my job is what's the career opportunities in the IT. Now the new education policy is merging coding in from class 6. When I was in when I was in class 6, English was introduced. So we thought that English is very compulsory. English is the need of the future. And this is new policy from class 6th. This coding is going to compulsory. What it means? It means IT is very important. The career in the IT is very important. Use of IT in the future is very important. Managing through IT of every field is very important. What is the role of IT in the futures? So you have to rethink about that before selecting. If maybe you are in the graduate, maybe you are in the postgraduate, maybe even you are in the another field, somehow you can convert your choice from this to the IT, because IT is going to the interdisciplinary everywhere. So that I will discuss about something, what the traditionals are going on. This Dr. Nayak is rightly said that in every sector IT is there. And he's also said about that the definition of computers are changing time to time. Now this is only the definition is change time to time. Now the definition is different. And when I was learning computer, that was a difference. That time the definition was different. So this major challenge, and so that because this is IT is involved a lot of things, so that our Dr. A.K. Saini was also mentioned that the major challenge is the security. I am working on the security since last 12 years, 12 to 13 years, and I have submitted my 4 patents and on that. So this security is also, so that IT is important, security is important. You have to mention that. So you have to go through that. This coding is mandatory for class 6. So if you talk about that, this coding is class 6 in the traditional systems. Now, when you pass out the class stream after 10th, maths, biology, commerce, arts, then home science, these are the area where you can decide your career. But you think, no, if you are going to introduce the class coding from the class 6th, so how you can manage the mathematics lab with the coding, how you can manage the biology lab with the coding, how you can manage the commerce lab. Commerce is not possible without IT. Nowadays, e-commerce, e-business, and all these things, Amazon and all these things, these are what? The IT. Everybody is using IT. Everybody is using IT. Arts, home science, everybody is using IT. So there are this type of old scenario is there, maths. And after 12th, if you talk about this maths, if you know the maths, then you can go for the B, that's the Bachelor of Engineering, BSc, BCA, BBA, then after B, you can go for the ME, Tech, or after BSc, you can go for the MSc and PhD and all these things. And BBA, this management course is there. But now there is some changes in the new policies. No courses, no like this, but BCA is there. The specialization is not there. Not everybody, you cannot initially start your specializations. You can just enter, and after a few successful semesters, you can convert into the specializations. Okay, so this is the maths. If you are having the maths right now, but this is the possibilities. But in the new policy, not necessary. Even you are the commerce graduate, commerce 12th, you can do the engineering and all these things. That is possible. That are under process. That can be. Okay, but this is what in the earlier, if you are having the maths, I'm going to compare these two and how IT is involved. In this case, everywhere, not only in the BSc, BCA, BBA, without IT, every course is having one of the course. Every course, BBA, MBA, or B something, whether they are engineering, whether they are civil, mechanical, or something, but they are learning IT subjects, because without IT, mechanical engineering is not possible. We have to automate something. That is what the importance of the IT. If you are having the biology background, MBBS, BMS, BDS, MS, MD, all they are using this robotic surgery. What's the robotic surgery is there? You can do robotic surgery if you having the knowledge of MBBS, knowledge of this medicine, as well as knowledge of surgery, as well as computing knowledge, so that you can do that. So that in the biology also, somewhere this IT is required. But this is what the basic fundamental courses after the biology you can do, right? If you are taking about the commerce, there is a BCom, MCom, PhD, BBA, MBA, other vocational courses like CA, CS, all they are integrated with the IT. So this IT, this BCom with computer applications, BBA with computers, MBA with computers, MCom with computer, taxation with computers. This is what computers are everywhere. IT is everywhere. The IT persons requires now, this IT is compulsory in the banking. They are having wants like that. If you are having the computing ability, so that MBA with the computing ability, then you can apply. So IT is very important. Right, in the arts also, BA, MA, and all these things, and even arts students go for the public administration, and public administrations cannot possible with the help of lot of applications are there in the government. They are using IT. Rightly mentioned by Dr. Nayak also, and Dr. Alka is also somewhere mentioned is this, right? Even in the home science is also a very good IT support is there for making food and all these things, for combining all these things. Nowadays, chefs are there for mixing all these things and prepare a new recipe for that. Okay. So this is what the graduate courses in the various vocational subject. I'll tell you something about this, and then I'll come to the career opportunities in, especially in the IT. This some social work is mass communications, this journalism, this population studies, and then travel and tourism, if planning and development studies, etc. Can you think about that? These are the vocational courses are there, but all the vocational courses are having the IT course. Without IT, these courses are not possible. Journalism, population studies, how we can study the populations. So we require some automatic softwares are there. Travel tourisms, we require some planning. From planning, we require some softwares and all these things. If we talk about media and communications, this cinematographer, that is cinematographer, without IT cannot do nowadays. For this copywriter, film editing, this journalist, and you can add then media planner, and you can say that public relation executives and publishing executives, all they require what the software to execute this. So the IT peoples are visualizer. Visualizer is very important in the visual computing. Visualizer is now everywhere is there, so that you can do that. Arts and design, you can animators, art architectures, artistics, exhibition designers, and fashion designers. All they are using graphic designer, interior designer, jewelry designer, even photography and scripter. They are using what? The IT for this. Okay, so IT people can do all these things because the computers are involved in this case. But you have the backend mind. What your interest? You are having the interest and you have the knowledge of IT. You can do a lot for that. Even in the music and fine arts, you can see that all time. You can say that in the BBA, BCom, BBA, BBM, or this financial accounting, auditing, cost accounting, banking, taxation, we can't read that. We cannot do that course without IT, right? So we have to incorporate IT in this case. And after that, I'll talk about the pure IT opportunities also, right? These are what, if you talk about the career studies in the commerce, this is accountant, bankers, right business managers, and then export professional, etc. And with the wide scope of higher studies like MCOM, these are available, but all they are IT centric nowadays. All they are IT centric. If you want to go, if you are interested in the taxation also, but you have to be opt one of the subject, like in the new education policies, you have to be opt one of the subject of the IT, which is very important. So don't forget about that. Without IT, we can't do that. This graduate courses in the various vocational subjects like advertising, company secretaryship, export marketing, foreign trades, and portfolio management, all these are required in the front office. Some front office persons are required in this, making that they should be IT backgrounds. These banker, chartered accountant, chartered financial, all their stockbrokers. Where can you find that? In not a single place where IT is not used, right? These are the options other than the science stream. This physics, chemistry, mathematics, all now the mathematics are highly used by the computers. Okay, without mathematics you can't do the computers. Okay, for the higher level of research, mathematics is very important. Engineering, we talk about the engineering and technology. This aerospace engineering, automobile engineering, biomedical engineering, broadcast technology, chemical engineering, civil engineering, computer engineering, electronic engineering. These are the some topics are selected, but according to the new policy, they are not going to give initially specializations. You have to enter into the basic level, and on the basis of your need and your interest, you can choose a topic. But everywhere IT is important. You have to choose one of the IT subject in the every semesters of your domain related IT, so that you can apply into the domain. In the engineering and technology, if you talk about telecommunication engineering, again production engineering, this novel architect, and then mining engineering, and all these things, and mechanical engineering, all they are the marine engineering, they are using what the highly IT enabled uh, courses. So the basic is industrial training institute, engineering and non-engineering trades and all these things, both in the government and the private sectors, and the provide a training of one to eligible the government as well as the private sector. These options for the sciences stream, general sciences courses, geology and all these things, these are the courses, are these traditional courses are available, but they are traditional courses with the IT is having a new flavor. So this, in the case of medical, if you talk about the different science courses, paramedical, occupation, this MBBS and BHMS, and this all these courses are there. Now, if you talk about the home science related courses, this is the clinical nutrition diets, because nutrition diets are also having a computing flavor. So it's become accurate, it's give the precise nutritions and precise diets to the patients. And the particular home science, food science, these are the clothing, textile is very important, the computing is there. Now if we talk about the education diploma courses for the nursery and primary teachers, they are also nowadays we are teaching this on how to teach the students online, because of these online concepts are there, and new policies also focus on the online. So in the education is the B.Ed and all this thing, they are teaching the computing, how to use computer in the education. Talent base is also on the base of talent, but again everywhere is IT is involved. Hospitality, air hostess, this hospitality is especially mentioned by Dr. Nayak. Also this air hostess, guest relation, these are the available, but we have to be, and this very important in the healthcare. In the healthcare, without IT is not possible. Without IT is not possible. This and this IT will become the perfect, this accurate, and accuracy is there. So this is what surgeons are doing, the surgery through IT. These other courses after 12th, if you talk about 3D animations and this game designing, this game designing is very highly computing effects are there, and acting, hotel management, hospitality management, business administration, tour, mass communication, virtual arts, finance, educations, and this beauty culture, certificate in the beauty culture, marine, all these things are having a very good courses with the IT. University proposals according to the new education policies, what they are thinking about that, they are going to start course in first year with no specialization, with no specializations. Now our Rajiv Gandhi University has declared that in the one of the meeting by the Vice Chancellor Gupta ji, that from the July they are going to start BTech only, not BTech in computer science, not BTech in the mechanical, not BTech in this. In the first year, according to the new policy, they will provide the first year is a certificate, second year is a diploma, third year is the another thing, and fourth year is a degree. So this is what they are going to plan. If the first year you read some papers, then you will get a certificate of this particular specializations. If you are going to take the different subject in the second year, if you take the IT and something, then you will get the subject of IT. So don't worry about that if you are not getting the admission in the good branch in the IT and something. If you are having the interest, but you are not having you are not getting the admission in the like IT branch. Nowadays IT is in the popular. Everybody is want to go. If you are having a higher number of percentage in the 12th and some competitive exams, you will get the IT and computer science branch. So according to the new policies, you are going to register yourself in the college as a first year student, not a specialized student, and on the basis of your interest, you can develop your career. After 12th, forget about the branch only, start learning your interest. Automatically you will get the certificate of your, in the 388, there is a very good example of that particular actor. Is he is interested in the photography, and his father is put it in the engineering, but he was not interested in the engineering. So in the last year, in the fourth year, he dropped their engineering and go to the photography session because of his friends and all these things. So in this case, new policy, you cannot, the parents cannot force, and even nobody can force, even college cannot force to do for that. So IT, according to the new education policies, now why I am saying according to new policy, because new policy is having this, but new policies also incorporated. Then in 1986, 92 National Policy of Education was formulated. It was difficult to predict the distributive effect of internet world have brought our present education system inability to cope up with this rapid and the distributed change place us individually and nationally at this. What they want to say is how you can integrate the internet and the computers in the education policy is mentioned such that in according to our education new policies also they are incorporated the artificial intelligence, and this artificial intelligence cannot be possible with the computer without computers. Okay, so this policy has been formulated at a time when unquestionably distributed technologies, artificial intelligence, 3D to 7D virtual reality has emerged as the cost of AI-based predictions falls. AI will be able to match our outperform and therefore be a valuable aid to even skilled professionals such as doctors in certain predictive tasks. AI is very important. So AI is nothing but AI is IT branch, and education policy is especially mentioned on that. This use of the artificial intelligence will incorporate on that. According to the new policy, again they have incorporated the response of MHRD formal recognition of the new distributive technologies. The National Research Foundation will initiate or expand the research efforts in the technology only, and that technology is basically is the IT. In this context, AI and RF may be considered a three-pronged approach. This is advanced core AI research, developing and deploying the application-based research, and advancing the international research effort to address global changes in area of healthcare, agriculture, and climate change using AI, using only AI. So that AI is required according to new policy and according to our need. AI required means IT is required. If you know the IT, you can go something for the AI. You are having the brain, you are intelligent, but if you combined with the IT, it becomes very good, so that you can apply the AI. Everybody can apply the AI in the future. So this is what, if you talk about the career options, how much time I have this? Okay, Rohit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How much time I have?
You are having the time. Actually, we are running late, but you are having the time yourself.
Okay, I'm studying the career option. Thank you. Career options in the IT. If you talk about that, the industry, IT industry, is well known for its wide range of job titles, which can make it hard for the graduate interest in the sector of pin down exactly what people do. These are the sectors are there. Software developer, you can become the software developer. You can become the system analyst. You can become the business analyst. You can become the IT support analyst. You can become the network engineer. You can become the IT consultant. You can become the technical sales representative, project managers, and web designer and QA analyst. These are the some points where IT people can do their job. If you talk about in detail in the software developer, if you talk about the software developer, the software developer is similar to the software engineer, software architect, web developer, mobile developer, system developer, test automation developer. These are what the similar software developer like this. Okay, what they this job is in brief. If you talk about software developer, implement software solutions by building programs, applications, and websites. Everywhere IT is required, the software development. Okay, they write the test code, often using development tools, and the work can involve talking to client and the colleagues to access and define what solution of system is needed, which means there is a lot of interactions as well as technical work is there. A computing software engineering or related degree is often needed, but a few employers train up the other graduates who can demonstrate interest in the aptitude of the software developments. Maybe that's why this company is right now not required. There are so many times they don't require the high skill. They require the only graduate, and they will train them in their softwares. Okay, so this is what the key skill is. Ability to interact information, ability to extract the informations, communication analysis, logical thinking, knowledge of database. Database is required nowadays. Data is very important. Data become the currency in the futures. If you talk about the system analyst, the system analyst similar to the system developer, system engineer. This job in the brief is system analyst examine the existing IT system and write requirement for a new one. Examine the existing IT system, the requirement, the new one. They analyze how well software, hardware, and the wider IT systems for the business need for their employer or a client, or write the requirement for the new. That is very important. They may also be help implementing them, train user, and monitor their effectiveness. Travel is a key feature of the job for the majority of the work known as system analyst. And undertaking the client premises, you have to visit to the client premises. To get a job as system analyst, you usually need a degree in the technical or IT subjects. Again, IT is required. The key skill includes ability to extract and analyze the information. Communication, definitely, if you want to analyze, you have to be you have to analyze what's the logic is there. Analysis is required. Persuasion and sensitiveness is required in this system analyst. If we talk about business analyst, similar to the business architect, information specialist, and this job is in brief. Business analysis are equally happy talking with technology people, business managers, and the users. They identify the opportunity to improvement the process and the business. The role of the project base is being with analyzing the customer, all these things. Business analyst needs the technology understanding, but don't necessarily need the technical degree. The key skills are there is the communication, presentations, facilitations, projects, management, problem solving. The problem solving is everywhere is there. If you talk about the IT support analyst, similar to the help desk support analyst, technical support analyst, this job is in brief. You talk about IT support analyst provides technical setup, supports and advice to IT users via email, phone, social media, and in person. This they either provide the support within a particular organizations or to external business customers of a particular product, or on ad hoc basis, whatever is suited for this. For example, there is a growing market for the on-demand service for the home and office tech repair, setup, and troubleshooting. While open to graduate for any discipline, technical support employer typically prefer the graduate with the IT related degree. Graduate with IT related. That's why the new education policy will fix in this, and you can use the maximum utilize the new education policies. Key skills are required: wide-ranging technical knowledge, problem solving, communication, and listening patience. This is what the IT support analysts are required in the IT. If you talk about network engineer, is similar to the hardware engineer and network, and they are called as network designer. This job in brief, the network engineer is one of the more technical demanding IT jobs. Everywhere is a network. Everywhere, every institution, every house, they are having the net, and they are having networking. They are going to connect to the internet and all these things. Broadly speaking, the role involves setting up, administrating, maintaining, and upgrading communication systems, local area networks and wide area networks for an organization. And this is the need of the today. Network engineer are also responsible for security, is also the need of the today, as mentioned by the Dr. A.K. Saini. Data storage is also the need of this. Cloud is the need of this. Disaster recovery. Disaster recovery is very important. You know, the 9/11 attack was there, and we have to disaster recovery is all this thing. It is highly technical role, and you will gather a hard of specialized technical certifications as you progress. At telecom or the computer scientist related degree is needed. Key skill include here is a specialized network knowledge, communication, planning, analysis, and the problem solving. This type of skills are required in this case. If you talk about another, this IT consultant, This similar to the technical consultant. This job brief, this term consultant can be a tagline for any IT job, for many IT job. By typically technical consultant provide the technical expertise and to develop the implement IT system for the external clients. They can be involved at any or all stages of the project's life cycles. Okay, so this is what we have. A technical degree is preferred, but not always necessary. Technical degree is not necessary, but you have to the knowledge of IT. This is a career opportunity in the IT. And key skills: communication, presentation, technical, business, understanding, project management, and the teamwork is there. If you talk about this technical sales representative, similar to the account manager, sales executive, if you talk about this job, technical sales may be one of the least hands-on technical role, but it still requires any understanding of how IT is used in the business. You may sell hardware or extol the business benefit of the whole system services. Day to day, the job could involve phone calls, meetings, conferences. Everywhere is IT. You can there will be target to meet and commissions when you reach them. A technology degree isn't necessarily essential, but you will need to have the technical understanding of the product as well. This what the key skill required: product knowledge. Okay, then technical interpersonal skill drive, mobility, business awareness. Then project manager, if you talk about, similar to the project planner, project leaders, master schedulers, this job is project managers, organizing people, time to resource to make sure information technology projects, and they may manage a whole project from start to finish or manage part of the large program. It is not entry level role. Project managers have the different role, is they require the experience of a good foundation of the technology and soft skill even, which are essential for the working with technical development. And the key skill is required: organization, policies should know, and then problem solving, communication, clear thinking is very important, and ability to stay calm under the pressure. I think these are the second last. This is a web designer, is similar to the multimedia programmer. UX designer nowadays we are is very important. This time in this pandemic we have set up one center of excellence of design, center of design in our campus. This UX designer is very important job in this career. A video gaming designer and web developer, these are very important. This job, web designers create the design and layout of the website or the web pages, working with colleagues or clients something. This role is difficult to the web developer who is specialized in making the web designer. Okay, employers are likely to seek the degree in the digital media design or related subject, but whether you have a related degree or not, you will need to be able to present the portfolio on your web designers. Okay, these are the key skill: communication skill. The creativity is very important in this case. If you talk about the QA analyst, is similar to the software tester. This QA analyst test programs, games, and any softwares to make sure it's reliable, fully functional, and useful friendly before they released to this. They use a test plan to inspect thousands of lines of code. Then you have to read thousands of code, but there's automatic softwares are also available that can read thousands of code and give some bugs on that. And results are feedback then can project to the leader. Then they will fix the problems and for to launch the final product. Employer tends to prefer graduate QA analyst to have a degree in an IT related subjects. The key skill: attention to detail, creativity, analytical, and investigating the thinking, communication. These are the required. If you talk about the information, that is another most important: information security analyst. This security expert, similar to security expert, the job profile is information security involves planning and executing the security measures to protect the computer network as well as the computer from the cyber attacks. Tax includes the monitoring and organization networks, investigating the violation and the security breach, conducting the penetration testing. They are doing the penetration testing to recommending the enhancement. Penetration testing, what's the loopholes are there in your security. In your most information security analysts hold at least a bachelor degree in the computer science, information assurance, and programming. An MBA in the information system may be preferred to the sum of the position of the information security analysis. The key is attention to the detail, analytical, investigative thinking, and communication is required. These are what, according to the NEP, given the explosive piece of technology development allied with the sheer creativity and techno-savvy teachers and entrepreneurs, including the student entrepreneurs, it is certain that technology will impact education in multiple ways, only some of the which can be foreseen in the present time. New technology involving the artificial intelligence, these are what, according to the new policies. New technology involving artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, smart grid, and then all these things you can see IT is everywhere. You have to, without IT, you cannot do anything. My suggestion is to make sure you find the right graduate IT job with the right employer. Always check the job descriptions carefully when applying so that you understand the skill and responsibilities of the job role. Okay. This is what my last words. Thank you. Thank you to all. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, so I request all the participants, if you are having any questions, you can just type it in the chat box.
Thank you. Thank you, Durgesh. Thank you very much.
Sir, I think what you are giving me the task, whether I have given my inputs or not.
Best okay, done. Best done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So now we will move forward towards our next keynote speech, and for that I like to welcome Professor Subrat Sarangi, sir. But before we proceed, let me introduce Professor Subrat Sarangi. Professor Subrat Sarangi is having BTech, PGDM, FPM, Jamshedpur, MICA, Ahmedabad. Mr. Subrat Sarangi being more than 23 years of industry, management, consulting, teaching, and research experience, of which the last 8 years have been in academia. Prior to joining academics, he spent about 15 years in the industry. He has worked with Jindal Steel and Power Limited, Raigad, Chhattisgarh, Avalon Consultancy, Mumbai, IBM Global Services, and Wipro Consultancy. He has also worked as a marketing intelligence in procurement marketing intelligence with about close to 500 direct and indirect reports, an annual revenue responsibility of about 20 million USD at iGate and Veron. Mr. Subrat was the executive body and involved in strategic planning and decision making at the leadership level. Before he joined MICA in June 2018, Subrat was an associate professor in KIIT School of Management, KIT University. Mr. Subrat Sarangi research interests include quantitative model in product management and distribution, sports analysis and application in fuzzy sets in multi-objective decision models in multi-market contract contexts. Currently, he is pursuing research projects on omni-channel and hyper-local distribution and multi-objective decision models for fleet, mix, and size. With these words, I like to welcome Professor Subrat Sarangi, sir, for keynote address on management.
Okay, thank you for the warm introduction, and I would first like to thank Dr. Naik, the chief guest of the today's webinar on career opportunities and management and IT. Thank you, Dr. Naik, for having me here.
Thank you very much.
And thanks a lot for having me here.
Thank you very much.
I also like to thank, and it is an honor to listen to Dr. Alka Singh, Professor Mishra, who just spoke before me. And I would also like to thank other dignitaries here, Professor Shams Raza, Professor Pandey, Professor Yadav, and welcome you all students. Good afternoon. I think I am the last speaker here. And before me, Dr. Durgesh Mishra, I think he has talked about everything. He has not left anything left, whether it is management or whether it is IT. So now my task becomes easier on one hand. It is difficult also on the other hand, because I have, I don't know what to touch upon now. Well, So since Dr. Naik talked about very interesting things to begin with, and I heard him he talked about government policies and government-led initiatives and job opportunities from the government side. He also touched upon the e-commerce space, which Dr. Alka Singh as well as Professor Mishra just now talked about. He talked about IoT, and he talked about blockchain, which was also touched upon by Professor Mishra some time back. My area that I'm going to talk about is management and job opportunities related to management. So firstly, given the context of this pandemic, COVID-19, we will have to realize that we are in a VUCA world. VUCA, if students are aware or to understand, VUCA stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So the environment is VUCA, which means it is volatile, it is uncertain, it is complex, and it is ambiguous. Uncertain, volatility, complex, and ambiguous. Now, IT or technology in the context of the VUCA makes the VUCA more comfortable and soothing. It makes VUCA, something which is from uncertainty, say, it brings out, a much more smoothing environment. So how does IT technology convert the VUCA world? So the volatility in the environment with the help of IT and technology gives you a strong vision. Gives you a strong vision and perception to the future. The uncertainty helps you with the help of technology to understand the customer's needs better. So since I'm talking about the management part, I will talk about the shopper in the retail context. I will talk about the patient in the healthcare industry. I will talk about a business which is buying a warehouse application robot, which is going to be used in the warehouse. So I will talk about a business to business B2B context, a firm that is going to do that. So technology makes understanding of the business context much better and easier. So the next, the complexity which is there in the VUCA world with the help of technology becomes clearer, becomes simple. Now just imagine before technology was there, before in the banks, core banking solution was implemented, how difficult it was to manually do the banking transactions. But after the core banking solution, whether it is the Flex Cube from from iFlex, which is now an Oracle product, Oracle company's product, or whether it is Finacle coming from Infosys, that makes the banking transactions much easier. Just imagine before Paytm, when Paytm was not there, or PhonePe was not there. None of these payment gateways were there. Just imagine if COVID had happened then, I think the incidence of COVID would have been at least 10 to 15% higher, because you would have had to engage in banking notes and transactions every time. And there is a physical contact. So when there is a physical contact, the chance for the virus to spread is high. So with the help of technology or IT or with Paytm or with PhonePe, that is becoming more clearer and easy. The next part, ambiguity. So higher the ambiguity has now been replaced with the help of technology by agility. So the VUCA has changed in terms of volatility, has become a clearer vision. The uncertainty has become a better understanding of the client's requirements. The complexity has become clarity, and the ambiguity has become agile. So now, with the help of technology, if I am a Big Bazaar store, or if I am a DMart store, or if I'm a Walmart store, so as a shopper goes and picks up an item from the Walmart store, immediately the inventory status of the Walmart store goes down by that particular item. So suppose you go and pick up, what is the basic difference between MIS and ITM? Okay, I think that question will be answered later. I think one has to see to whom it goes to. So let me continue. So when you are going to a Walmart store and you pick up a toothpaste, the inventory falls down by 1, and immediately the trigger goes to Colgate-Palmolive, who was the toothpaste supplier, and there is a replenishment triggered for the toothpaste to be delivered to the specific Walmart store. Now that is where the technology comes in. So all this while, what I'm trying to say is, I'm saying IT and IT enablement, IT information systems, technology-enabled products, technology-enabled services have made the life much more simpler and enhanced the quality of living of every individual. Now, having said that, what is in it for you and me? What is in it for a budding manager or an MBA or a BBA or a bachelor who's passing out from a business school and coming out and looking at and getting into an IT industry job? Now, all of us, some of the experts before me has spoken about IoT, Internet of Things. They've spoken about blockchain. They've talked about artificial intelligence. And you also would have heard about AR and VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, and so on and so forth. To bring to your knowledge machine learning and artificial intelligence till the period of 2030, till the period 2030 is going to contribute about 16 billion euros to the total global economy. 16 billion euros, and euro is much more pricier than a US dollar. So that is what is going to be the contribution of artificial intelligence. So if you are a today's student who is passing out, can you stay away from machine learning? Can you stay away from artificial intelligence? Can you stay away from the skill sets of R programming? Can you stay away from the skill sets of Python? Sorry, probably not. Can you stay away from data analytics? Can you stay away from being a data scientist? Can you stay away from understanding big data, which Professor Nayak talked about? So understanding and making sense from big data? No, you cannot. Can you stay away from looking at Facebook pages or Twitter handles and making sense of Twitter handles and comments on Twitter handles of customers and using that as an intelligence and understand shopping behavior? You cannot. So therefore, guys, those who are going out today need to develop their skill sets and enable them with some of these analytical tools and skill sets, because you have to be a part of the mainstream, technology-based managerial roles. And these are the roles that are going to emerge. Tomorrow you will have half of the jobs which are manual going to be replaced by robots, going to be replaced by AI-based tools. So therefore, you could see that in a ticket counter in a theater is being manned by a robot. Billing counters in departmental stores manned by a robot. Warehouses being manned by a robot rather than human beings. But those are not the jobs that you are going to take. And those are not the jobs for you. But in order to have the robot sitting there and doing the function, you need to develop the source codes and develop that background knowledge processing or the intelligence, which is the artificial intelligence. The algorithms need to be developed. And to develop those algorithms, you need to have knowledge of certain development applications, whether it is Python, whether it is R programming, or whether it is any specific Tableau, say on visual systems, or any of those kind of applications. You would need to start developing competencies. Today, many of the pharmacy outlets in China are manned by robots. They are driven by artificial intelligence. So, based on the customer's credit card details, the machine is able to say that what kind of drugs this gentleman is going to buy. So now at the back end, there is an algorithm or the code that detects the historical patterns of buying to the credit card number. So now those codes have to be written by you guys. And for that, you need to up and enhance your competency levels. And those are the jobs of the future. And that is what is a data scientist. That is what is a managerial, a managerial input or a managerial consultant. In addition to that, guys, while, there is a part of the computer coding and the language that you're writing, there is a functional aspect of it or the business aspect of it. That is where, what we used to call as functional analysts or business analysts. I spent a lot of time in the IT industry. I've been myself, a part to, I was a part of IBM Global Services. I have worked with Wipro Consulting. I have worked with iGet Putney. I was a director with iGet Putney. I worked with, Bureau into procurement market intelligence. I have led several multi-million-dollar deals. I've traveled across the globe, handled big accounts, whether it is manufacturing, steel, automotive, banks. So you have to realize that certain understanding of the business domain is also a manager's job. So you need to understand the banking process. You need to understand the manufacturing process of a car. You need to understand the warranty handling process in the telecom industry. Suppose Apple. So Apple's iPhone. So Apple's iPhone, you bought an Apple iPhone, within 3 months, it does not work. So you want to get a warranty replacement done for that. Now, how does the warranty process work? Now, that is something which is a business analyst's job or a functional consultant's job, and functional consultant maps those processes using certain business process mapping tools. So now these are some of the jobs that are going to go big time up. E-commerce. I think, in my introduction, the gentleman introduced me and talked about hyperlocal distribution, talked about omni-channel. So you must have heard about omni-channel. You must have heard about hyperlocal distribution. Now, increasingly, companies in the FMCG space are going hyperlocal. Now, you sit down at your home and place an order, and you want, maybe even just a wallet of $100, an order of 100 rupees to be delivered at your home. Now that has to be procured and delivered within half an hour from a neighborhood Kirana store. Now that is hyperlocal distribution. Now at the back end of this, there is a technology application, there is an app, you go and order, there is a payment gateway, a transaction is happening, and so on. And further, then the app is obeying or looking at some intelligence based on the data that you are sharing and is tracking your buying behavior. Now all of that is actually a part of data and a part of technology and so on. Now, what is omni-channel? Now, omni-channel is basically a distribution system or a platform which gives you the same experience whether you are going and buying physically from a store or whether you're buying online. So it could so be that you want to have a physical look at the product. So you go to an apparel store, a fashion outlet, you go and see some clothes, and then you know that if you order online, then you get a special discount. So you go and have a look at the product in a store of a Wrangler jeans, a pair of jeans, and then after that you go to the app and then place an order, and you ask it to be delivered in your hometown, because tomorrow you are going to travel to your hometown. That is omnichannel. So Zomato or Swiggy, somebody is asking me, what Zomato or Swiggy? Zomato or Swiggy are not online, but they were hyperlocal. So Zomato or Swiggy are hyperlocal. They are procuring from your vicinity and delivering you. They are not procuring from something 15 kilometers away, and that is hyperlocal distribution. And today, FMCG companies are going hyperlocal, whether it is ITC, whether it is Big Basket, where any one of these are going hyperlocal, right? So therefore, that is what is the order of the day, and you have millions of jobs today in the e-commerce space. If you look at post-pandemic, e-commerce is the sector that is doing good. And Professor Naik has talked about it. He has talked about Amazon. He talked about Flipkart. There is Pepperfry, and there are so many. There is Big Basket, and there is a lot of venture capitalist funding coming on here. These are the jobs where there are multiples of jobs. The only issue is, guys, you need to up your skills here, right? So you need to be understanding data better. You need to start making inferences from data better. You need to understand a bit of coding skills on R or Python. You need to start taking up courses on Coursera, which are freeware courses. Do some certifications on them. You start looking at some functional areas, start understanding some process mapping tools, and then sky is the limit, right? So whether it is e-commerce, whether it is retail, whether it is healthcare, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is warehouses, whether it is Swiggy, Zomato, distribution platforms, technology is a big change. Blockchain technology, blockchain is a distributed ledger, whether it is the banking industry, whether it is again retail, whether it is tourism, hospitality, healthcare. Blockchain technology is big. Now, a lot of work is going to come on blockchain technology. Adoption of blockchain is slightly slow. The technology is emerging, and as more and more companies start adopting it, and the challenge of adoption again is because of availability of skill set. So if you start understanding blockchain technology, if you start understanding and developing skills of a blockchain developer, then definitely you are there. and not just India. You are going to rock, and you are going to go outside the world, and then you are going to do great things with a lot of patents in your name. So that is what are predominantly on the functional process-led side and on the technology side. One of the points that Dr. Durgesh touched upon, that's more on the management side, is when you are a program manager, when you are a team manager, when you are a project manager. So on one side, there is a team which is developing. There are functional consultants, process consultants, there are technology guys. So somebody manages that entire project. Somebody manages the stakeholders of the client. Somebody manages the total account and the profitability of the account. That is a managerial skill. That is what, again, MBAs, go ahead and start, taking up such roles. So that is where the skills of project management becomes important. Communication skills become important. Writing skills become important. Client management becomes important. Issue resolution becomes important, which Dr. Durgesh touched about, briefly. So that's why, I said he has covered everything. So he has made my task easy. Blockchain, AR, VR, I think, you are aware of these terms. These are again, tech areas which are coming up big time. And you need to be wary that traditional IT roles will not remain as very exciting. Traditional IT roles, whether it is a Java developer and pure vanilla, tech development, project management, etc., would not remain as lucrative. These roles are going to die down because it is, machine learning, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, augmented reality, virtual reality, manufacturing 4.0 that Professor Naik talked about. These are the things that are going to replace. So if you still believe that you are still going to be a traditional Java developer or a team manager who has those kind of skills or web development skills, these roles are going to shrink. These roles are going to be less lucrative, and there is always going to be that Damocles sword hanging on top of you. So therefore, start looking at the new technologies that are coming in. Start looking at data scientist role. Start looking at big data and looking at qualitative analysis of big data, content analysis of big data. Start looking at applications like NVivo and so on and so forth. So start doing courses on Coursera and start picking up these skills so that you are more employable and employee ready, like that Professor Naik also touched about in the beginning. So roles in the BPO, in the call centers, in the KPOs, knowledge process outsourcing, etc., are going to go down because those are going to be replaced by artificial intelligence. Those are going to be replaced by machine learning. So therefore, you will more be responsible to write those source codes for machine learning rather than doing the job in the KPO or in the BPO. So to conclude, for today's managers, some key skill sets that you need to carry. First and foremost, you need to be optimistic. You can't get intimidated, which Professor Naik also talked about. You have to have the courage to take risks. Don't be afraid of technology. Don't get intimidated by technology. Be ambitious. Have trust and the speed to learn, because technology will otherwise outpace you. And if you have the speed to learn, definitely, you will be spiking your career and you will land where you're supposed to. So with this, I conclude. And once again, thank you, Professor Naik and the team, and wish you all the best, guys.
Thank you very much, Subrato. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We look forward with your association with Computer Society of India in future also. Thank you. Thank you very much. So nice of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Subrat Sarangi sir. It was such a wonderful explanation and the presentation by you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you all of you. And now we are towards the end of our today's webinar. And for that, there is a session of concluding remarks. And for that, I like to welcome Professor Sams Raja sir, the Regional Vice President, Computer Society of India, Region 2.
Thank you, Rohit. I must express thanks to all the noted speakers, the chief guest of this occasion, Madam Alka Singh, then Mr. Subrato, A.K. Shaini Saab, Durgesh Mishra ji, S.C. Yadav ji, my friends, and our respected A.K. Naik sir. All of them has given a very good input for the learners. I think you will be getting an enlightened with this visions given to you for joining this industry with a knowledge of management and ICT blended, because now it is time for a blended skill set, not only a specific stream of learnings or knowledge. You have to come up with multi-modeling, multi-dimensional skills so that you can handle and generate innovative productivity. You have to provide innovative products and process for the society and the mankind. This will help you to build a bright career. So thank you very much once again, all the guests, for giving their valuable time and delivering such a nice lectures. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sam Raja sir. And now we are towards our end session, and it's a time for vote of thanks. And for that, I like to welcome Professor Ganesh Pandey sir, the Deputy Director of Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Rohit. Honorable Chief Guest of the National Webinar, Professor A.K. Naik, Immediate Past President, Computer Society of India, and National Chairman, Academic and Award Committee of CSI. Honorable Vice President of CSI, Dr. A.K. Shaini, Director, Industry, Sale and Development, GGSIP University, Delhi. Honorable Guest of Honor, Dr. Alka Singh, Principal, Vasanta College for Women, BHU Varanasi. Dr. Durgesh Mishra, Professor and Director, Sri Aurobindo Institute of Technology, Indore, and Treasurer, CSI. Dr. Subrat Sarangi, Professor, Mudra Institute of Communication, Ahmedabad. Dr. Subhash Chandra Yadav, Chairman, CSI Division 5 and Head, Department of Computer Science and Technology, Central University of Jharkhand. Professor Sam Raja, Regional Vice President, Region 2, the Chapter Chairman, Vice Chairman and Secretary of CSI, Patna Chapter. Staff and faculty member of IIBM and dear participant of one-day national webinar. It is my privilege to express my sincere gratitude and present my vote of thanks for the Honorable Chief Guest of the function, Professor A.K. Naik, who had been instrumental for conducting near about 500 number of webinars under the banner of CSI at different locations of the country. नायक सर के बारे में तो सभी लोग आप जानते ही होंगे कि इस कोरोना पीरियड में, इस लॉकडाउन पीरियड में इन्होंने कितना वेबिनार कराया पूरे कंट्री में। जो भी स्टूडेंट जहां भी घर में बंद थे उनका नॉलेज बढ़ा और इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में, वेबिनार में बहुत लोगों ने फायदा उठाया। नायक सर के बारे में तो सभी लोग बताते ही हैं। इनको कहा जाता है फादर ऑफ कंप्यूटर एजुकेशन इन बिहार। बिहार में अगर कंप्यूटर एजुकेशन को बढ़ावा मिला, बिहार में कंप्यूटर एजुकेशन अगर डेवलप किया, तो सबसे ऊपर नाम अगर आता है तो प्रोफेसर ए.के. नायक सर का ही आता है। सर, योर positivity and encouragement brightened my days. You made me a better, more thoughtful person. Your kindness made me feel welcome and comfortable. Sir, your lecture is well organized and presented, which help people to accept the new knowledge quickly. On behalf of the IIBM Management Committee and a student committee, we express our sincere gratitude and thanks for delivering the inaugural address on this occasion.
Thank you, Ganesh.
To Dr. A.K. Shaini sir, Vice President CSI, and guest of honor Dr. Alka Singh, Principal, Vasanta College of Women, BHU Varanasi, for their gracious presence and addressing with their valuable word in this webinar. My special thanks goes to Dr. Durgesh Kumar Mishra, the National Treasurer of CSI, for delivering the keynote address and closely association with Professor A.K. Nayak in conducting so many activity. आप जितना भी वेबिनार देखते होंगे, सुनते होंगे, दुर्गेश सर जरूर उसके अंदर रहते हैं और ऑर्गेनाइज करने में सहायता करते हैं और हमेशा प्रेजेंट रहते हैं. I also express my thanks to Dr. Subrat Sarangi for his keynote address and Dr. Subhash Chandra Yadav for his divisional collaboration. Professor Sam Saraja RVP address along with the authorities of CSI local chapter and organizer of IIBM for their valuable contribution. Last but not least, my sincere thanks goes to all participants of the webinar who made the event successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ganesh. Thank you very much. Okay, Rohit.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Ganesh Pandey, sir. So it's the time for signing off, and I like to thank all the participants, respected guests, chief guests, guest of honor, and all dear dignitaries who have joined today in this one-day webinar, one-day national webinar on career opportunities in IT and management. So I wish for a grand success of this webinar, and with these words, I like to take the permission from you all dignitaries, and I'm like to signing off now. Thank you so much. Thank you all of you.
Thank you. Thank you,
sir.
अरे सुभाष है connected अभी तक?
Yes, मेरा माइक भी ऑफ था, अभी तक मेरा माइक चालू हो गया. थैंक यू सर, ऑल ऑफ यू.
मेरा भी माइक ऑफ था.
हाँ, मेरे को माइक ऑफ करके रखा था. रोहित ने बोला बोलना मत, बहुत बोल दिया, 1 घंटा इतना बोल दिया, अब मत बोलो. तो रोहित ने हमारा माइक ही बंद कर दिया. बोले इतना बोलते हैं, बोले, है ना. ठीक है. थैंक यू रोहित. थैंक यू रोहित फॉर द कोऑर्डिनेशन. बहुत अच्छा कंडक्ट करते हो आप, इतना बढ़िया कंडक्ट करते हो कि आप CSI के प्रोग्राम कंडक्टर बन सकते हो.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. It will be a pleasure for me. Thank you, sir.
Right. तुम कंटिन्यूटी में बहुत अच्छे.
दुर्गेश जी, सर का प्रेजेंस ही अपने आप में बता देता है कि इवेंट सक्सेसफुल हो जाएगा.
मुझे वो याद है, पहला दिन याद है, जो हमने पहले दिन जो पहला वेबिनार किया था रोहित जी और हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे. लेकिन आज रोहित जी में जो फ्लुएंसी है, प्रोग्राम करने की फ्लुएंसी है, वो आज ऐसा लग रहा है कि हाँ, बहुत बढ़िया कर रहे हो. बहुत बढ़िया सर.
हाँ, मैं भी था, मैंने भी अटेंड किया था. आप कंट्रोल कर रहे थे उधर.
दुर्गेश तो सिखाया है इसको.
नहीं तो
yes,
बहुत
sir,
अच्छा.
always yes, sir.
राइट. बहुत कर लिया.
अभी चला
आगे भी इनको प्रमोट करना है. दुर्गेश सर, मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है कि काफी मेहनत करते हैं, एक्टिव रहते हैं. CSI में भी इनको आगे प्रमोट करिए.
CSI मेंबर है कि नहीं रोहित?
Yes, sir, life
सेक्रेटरी है सर. CSI पटना चैप्टर का सेक्रेटरी है अभी.
क्या बात है सर. तो अपना वेबिनार वाली सीरीज तो सर ये कंटिन्यू रखेंगे आगे तक, और उसमें इनको परमानेंट, इनको जैसे आप वेबिनार चेयरमैन, इनको कहीं ना कुछ वेबिनार का बना देते हैं, जिससे कि
ये तो सब है, सब CSIN है. पांडे भी स्टेट स्टूडेंट कोऑर्डिनेटर रह चुका पहले से, वो तो CSI का.
अच्छा पांडे सर, नमस्कार.
करता है वही. थैंक यू. He's the backbone actually.
Right.
All these things.
और
सब CSI committed. Shams Raja, वो
Shams Raja के तो पूरे कंट्रोल में है सब.
They are having a very good team.
धन्यवाद सर जी.
पटना में they are having a very good team, very cohesive, very collaborative team है.
Right.
They steer it up very well.
अरे सबके आपने जो न्यू रखी है सर, वो न्यू के ऊपर जो सब न्यू मजबूत है, सब मजबूत है.
सब बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं. अच्छा है. आज तो बहुत अच्छा से वेबिनार हुआ. That was very requirement also because the new sessions have started in many of the colleges, universities.
हमने स्टार्ट कर दिया.
That is why it has been thought that that is a very appropriate topic. Career opportunities in
Definitely,
IT.
sir.
And
Definitely. Yeah.
Next webinar we can have some technical theme. Okay.
Right.
Sure, sir.
चलो.
अभी 8 तारीख को सर प्रोग्राम है, 8 तारीख को प्रोग्राम हो रहा है ना
8 तारीख को हमारा IT एक्सीलेंस अवार्ड है.
नहीं IT सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस,
सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस का नींव रखना है, इनागुरेशन है. शाम को हम शेयर कर देंगे. अभी तुम शेयर नहीं किए क्या बैनर को?
अभी बन रहा है, फाइनल बन रहा है, अभी आजकल में हो जाएगा शेयर.
शेयर कर दो सबको बैनर को. Executive committee member can also present their view if they are also invited apart from the function. Okay.
Right.
Sure, sir.
ठीक, सुभाष तुम्हारा सक्सेसफुल हो गया रीजन 5 एक्टिविटी. सुभाष
जी थैंक यू सर.
हो गया तेरा एक आइटम. अगला महीना में CSI कम्युनिकेशन में आ जाओगे.
सर कहीं आए चाहे ना, बस ब्लेसिंग्स आपकी बनी रहे. That is more crucial and important.
मेरा ब्लेसिंग तो वेबसाइट में है, जितना चाहो डाउनलोड करते रहो. डाउनलोड करते रहो. तुम्हारा पास खाली मेमोरी होना चाहिए, डाउनलोड करने के लिए स्पेस होना चाहिए. खाली कितना पेज का डाउनलोड करोगे. ओके. अरे डॉक्टर अजय कुमार भी कनेक्टेड है.
डॉक्टर अजय कुमार.
यस सर.
हमारा फैकल्टी मेंबर बहुत सीनियर टीचर है.
वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन सर.
वेरी गुड.
थैंक यू.
वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन.
थैंक यू अजय कुमार जी, डॉक्टर अजय कुमार जी.
थैंक्स टू ऑल सर.
अरे जोगेश जी है. जोगेश जी भाई थैंक यू वेरी मच. पुणे से आप कनेक्ट हो गए. अरे वाह.
योगेश जी,
योगेश तिवारी.
अच्छा योगेश तिवारी कहाँ है? योगेश तिवारी जी
ये कनेक्टेड फ्रॉम नासिक. सॉरी पुणे बोला.
नासिक. योगेश तिवारी जी
तुमको हाथ हिला रहे, तुम देखते नहीं रहे हो. तुम ट्रेजरर हो के CSI खजाना में डूबे हुए, तुमको दिखाई नहीं देता है क्या?
नहीं वो योगेश तिवारी जी हमको दिखे नहीं. अच्छा हाँ योगेश तिवारी जी हाँ एक्चुअली हाँ मेरे
नासिक से ज्वाइन कर गए. बताइए. हमने उस टाइम में मार्क नहीं कर पाए, तो अभी देखे नाम.
नहीं मैंने अभी गैलरी व्यू किया. मैं अभी तक आपका सिर्फ फोटो आ रहा था मेरे पास. अभी मैंने गैलरी व्यू कर लिया, सबका दिख रहा है.
मैं सर को 2-3 बार ये किया, मगर मेरा म्यूट था इसलिए मैसेज नहीं पहुंच पाया आपको.
ओके गुड.
अच्छा
हाँ
वेरी गुड.
जब आप आए थे स्टार्टिंग में तब भी किया था सर, मिश्रा सर को भी किया था, अनिल सर को भी किया था.
ओके.
मगर म्यूट होने की वजह से मैसेज नहीं मिल पाया.
अरे हम बहुत देर से हाँ म्यूट थे. हम भी बहुत देर से म्यूट थे. सबको म्यूट करने का काम इसका ये ताला लगाया था मुंह पे. कौन?
आप सबसे मिलके
बढ़िया
बड़ा अच्छा लगा. आपसे मिलके फोन पे बातचीत हुई थी, मगर अभी रूबरू बात हो गई तो अच्छा लगा.
जूम में सबसे बढ़िया बात है, जूम प्लेटफॉर्म में कंट्रोलिंग बढ़िया होता है, क्योंकि गूगल में नहीं हो पाता है.
हाँ सर.
गुड.
So next sir, can we end the session now, sir?
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.